Yes, guys, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur with your boys, David and Jack, for the pre-match fan show. And I cannot wait to get going talking all things Tottenham and Liverpool as we look to keep our unbeaten run. My favourite show of the week, where we get to speak to the Irish Hotspur fanatics and hear what they have to say. Of course, plenty of content out there the last couple of days for you guys. One recently just dropped as well with all the Tottenham creators' predictions ahead of this game. So make sure you get on that and check that out. But let's check in with our boy from New York. Jack, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm doing all right, keeping safe. It's been, like I've been saying to you, Dave, it's been raining for too many days in a row. This one seems to be a big one. It's raining torrentially hard. Hopefully anybody else, listening out to the Irish Hotspur, as well as any other Spurs fans, around the New York area, are keeping safe, because it definitely has been really bad for some. It's not really as bad for me. I'm on luckily the top floor of a very small apartment building. So I'm going to be as high away from the floods as possible. But Dave, yeah, we've been stuck inside just doing little recordings, all day. So you've been keeping me safe, inside doing all the recordings, and hopefully the fan show members do the same thing as well. Yeah, I'm just not going to go outside today. Just going to talk Spurs and avoid the scary outdoors.
100%, my man. But look, Jackie, Tottenham hopefully will keep you inside tomorrow as well with all the
Exactly.
pre-match day and post-match
Convenient.
festivities as well. So Tottenham will keep Jack safe from that New York weather. It looks like our storm has passed. We've got a nice evening brewing here, but we do have to be off by around 9 o'clock, as Jack is on the cheese room as prior commitment. So, but if we do have extra guests that's running over, of course, I will stay and speak to you guys. But a lot to get through tonight. The Liverpool game tomorrow. Can the fans play a massive part with the atmosphere? At right back, do we still go with Pedro Porro, knowing that they're Trent, people like that will look to dip balls in over his head, which they're famous for? Do we switch it up there? Of course, Brennan Johnson being out. Do you go with Richarlison? Do you go with Solomon? So a lot of things to talk about in the build up to this game. And of course, we all want your score predictions as well. And you guys at home tuning in, how you can play your part along today's streams. Get your questions in. Let us know anything you want answers to. You can also help support everything we do here, via a membership or via super chat. Play your part in today's stream. Only a small price every single month as well, which is an absolute bonus on their memberships. But look, let's welcome some people in. Let's see who we've got with us. We have NJ123. Big up, boys. I've just seen the news about the terrible floods in New York City. Hope you're okay. And well, Jack, like you said, he is a bit higher up, so he's all right for now. Hopefully it doesn't get any higher, because if it does, we might have to, have an Irish Hotspur evacuation for Jack.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a special going. And we might stream it as well if you guys want to have any answer. THFC till I die. Seriously, though, all you guys out in New York, please do stay safe as well. I beg. THFC till I die. The Tron, he says, big up, guys. Come on, you Spurs. Let's send Morning Clock back home with no points and hope Ange gives him a wedgie. Yeah, look, maybe that's what he might end up moaning about after the game, Jack, or wedgie. That's if Klopp wears on these, Jack.
The bricks under his truck, the wedgies. How many things are you going to be doing to Jurgen after this game, Dermot?
See a repetitive team here over the last couple of weeks with the Tron. Do you think he's a bit frustrated?
He's just sabotaging, Jurgen's night.
Well, we know what Dermot used to do. That what his go-to was when, as a kid, when someone made him angry, the wedgie. Wembley one says, evening, boys. Some talk that Sonny might be injured for tomorrow. Look, I think Postecoglou sort of said that Sonny and Madison should be okay. But you never know. You just never know. Look, the Son's been playing with Knox. So has Madison. If they're not playing tomorrow, it's going to take a monumental effort to try and get something from that game. But I think you'll see both, to be honest with you, Wembley one, Jack.
Yeah, it was a bit odd. I didn't really know that Sonny was going through anything. Maybe perhaps it was just from the North London Derby, and he really just pushed through it and ended up kind of. I think that's what we're told actually from Postecoglou, is that he was kind of experiencing something in North London Derby, as was Madison, and they kind of both pushed through it. I guess maybe Sonny's going to decide, decide whether he's going to have to do that again, ahead of Liverpool. I hope that he does, because maybe there's a chance we could rotate a bit more for that Luton Town game, and maybe in hopes that maybe some of the sort of rotational players can be able to get the job done. Maybe we could rest a Madison or a Sonny.
100%. I agree with that, Jack. I definitely agree with that, my man. Moondog says, good evening, lads. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on,
Big up the
Moondog.
one and only Moondog. Absolute legend, this guy. Anyone, Christmas is coming up. You want any sort of bespoke sort of Spurs pieces, please get in contact with Moondog. He's the guy for that. And also, I do
Hopefully
have
Charlie's okay.
I do have a something to sort of show you guys, but I'll find that now in a second. But big up Moondog, my man, absolute legend. We have Derek Hutchinson. Good evening, Dave and Jack. Let's lick Klopp's ass. Oh, kick Klopp's ass. Sorry, my man. I misread.
You're welcome to do that, Dave. I think me and Derek are going to kick it instead. You know, it's your choice to lick it. It's your choice, but, you know, I think we're just going to kick it instead. You know, that's just me and Derek, though. You know, it's up to you. It's your choice there, Dave.
That's Dermot. He's throwing me off. I can't even read now. I was saying there, I was like, Derek, that's a bit extreme, isn't it? Mark Campbell says, nothing to fear. This is the title challenge. I do hope you're right. I really do hope you're right. Look, there's an interesting stat that I'm going to break out on the show tomorrow, but if we or we score 2 goals, I think the omens are on our side. Rooty Toot says, evening all, Ange Ball meets heavy metal football tomorrow. Can't wait. Rock and roll ball v heavy metal, my man. It's going to be an absolute look. The fans will be the winner of this either or. You know, the fans will come out the winner because we're going to see an absolute cracking game of football tomorrow. I think everyone's predicting that. Steve D says, evening, lads. I'm chat up since 6 a.m. Ryder Cup, can't lie, I'm worse for wear. Europe got off to a strong start earlier on. I believe they were 4-0. What did it finish, my man? Let me know. Let me know,
Steve D, absolute legend. And I'm going to be on good behavior tonight. Not too much Højbjerg praise, I promise you, because you're already, you know, worse for wear as it is. I don't want to give you an even bigger headache. Big up to you, Stevie. Good to see you in the house.
What's going on with your boys, though, Jacko? America was supposed to be hot favorites going into this one.
Yeah, is the Ryder Cup has to do with golf? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's Europe for America.
Yeah, I thought the Yanks, you know, we have so many of us, you know, we figure we'd be pretty good at golf, and we have so many courses to play from. Where I'm from originally in Seattle, there was one good golfer, I think, from there named like Couples or something. But apart from that, it's pretty hard to be a good golfer because it's just like this. It's just raining, you know, constantly, and it's pretty bad weather outside. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed in my fellow Yanks.
Look, they've got a very good sort of crop of players there at the minute. So, look, let's see if they pull it back. But that's the last time I seen it was 4-0 to Europe. Let me know, though, Steve D, what the actual score is on after the end of the day, my man. Paul Connor, great to see you. We will be doing Paul's Spurs story this Monday. Probably put it out somewhere during the week. So make sure you look out for that. Also, members, Wayne Bonners is up there. Get on it. Check it out. Of course, you want to do that Spurs story. Just grab one of them elite memberships. Absolutely fantastic. It was great hearing Wayne's. So, Paul, hopefully you enjoy it too, my man. Norman Stanley Fletcher says, best team in town. Absolutely love that. Big up, Normal. Wayne Bonner, 45 million to 0 to Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Tottenham till I die. Jacko. Wayne is on the delusion train. He's on the train ahead of yours.
It sounds like you're more confident for this one than you were the Arsenal game. I think you only said 450,000 to 0 when we came up against Arsenal. So it looks like we're going to be scoring plenty more against the likes of Liverpool. Wayno. Hill Messi. I think you probably already know this, but he has been in training. He looks like he's close to, if not back to, full fitness. Postecoglou had some nice things to say. Haven't even looked at the quotes yet because I just kind of want to use them as maybe a bit of dessert, you know, for tonight. You know, I just want to be sitting down, you know, kind of enjoying maybe a nice beer and just looking at those Hill Messi quotes and just enjoying the rest of my Friday night. But big up to you, Wayno. Hill Messi's back upon us. Let's see if he can take this chance.
Wow, Postecoglou had some great things to say on him today. So, the prophecy is about to become reality, my man. I seen it from day dot. Jack seen it from day dot. The Don Paratici. This is the last of his magic to come to fruition, my man. And it's going to be the season. Big up, Wayno. I really enjoyed doing that Spurs story. How's that Chelsea brother of yours? Must be too happy. You know, I must be calling for Pochettino's head, I'd say. Big up, though, Wayno. King Huddle says, evening. After that stellar North London Derby performance, I am backing the boys to turn over the Jammy Scousers 3-2. Come on, you Spurs. Confidence is high in King Huddle's household. Love to see that. The regular evening, everyone. Our stadium needs to be rocking for the biggest game of the season. Absolutely spot on. It will be. Off the back of the North London Derby, 5:30 kickoff gives people a chance to get well oiled up. I think it's going to be an absolutely full volume. Hopefully there's something organized for the stands tomorrow to try and get them in a bit earlier and get them in full voice for the guys walking out. Big up the regular. Great to see you in the building, nice sir. Did I see a comment saying you were going to join the fantasy team? I could be wrong. I think that was you. Let me know, my man. J Max says, big up Dave and Jack. Evening chat. Big up J Mac. Great to see you in the building. Nick Coyce, Hardman says, the boys are back in town. Come on, you flat cap army. Big up Nick the Hardman. Who else have we got here? Liston Hines says, get in. Come on, you Spurs. Cooney scores his first hat trick tomorrow. I can feel it in me bones. Can you get in? Well, I have a similar feeling that he's going to be his breakout performance tomorrow. That's what I think. Let's wait and see. Liston. Berbatov's halftime smoke, Jacko. You absolutely love this name. He says, Maddie and Sunners brace 4-1.
Good to see you in the house, Berbatov's halftime smoke, and it looks like Dave has been very excited by your inclusion in the new FIFA. He's saving up. He's being a good boy, saving up his coins to try and get you.
Yeah, look, he's a bit expensive right now, but look, I caved. I had 50k saved last night. I went and bought Peter Crouch. I should have held out and saved another 50 for Berbatov. But look, not in a good weekend league. Can't fix my man. Swim Master says, I can't see us losing. I would be content with a draw at Anfield, but at home, let's get that 3 points. We will at home. I would like us to start faster than at Arsenal, blow them away with goals first half. Jack, we have to, we haven't really had the greatest of first halves all season long. And for being honest, same thing last season. We have to have a full 90 minutes tomorrow, right?
I think it would be harsh to say that we've had poor first halves in every game. I think we haven't come out the gates as strong all the time or as consistently as we would have liked. Then again, it's understandable that in the North London Derby that we had our mixed periods in that first half. I thought we actually started out the game maybe a little rattled in the sense that it was just so hectic, but I thought so did Arsenal, right? I thought we actually handled the first 10 minutes quite well, but then it was just sort of after that, then we lost a little bit of kind of the swing of things, and you could say that with some other matches. But yeah, against Liverpool, what looks to be maybe the second or third best team in the whole league right now, you have to be able to play from minute 1 to minute 90 with focus and with confidence, and I hope they can do that tomorrow. And also Liverpool have just always found a way against us. Even when they don't play that well, they seem to be given, a lot of good luck and a lot of sort of benefits and everything. So you just have to be fully switched on.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Swim Master. Great to see you, my man. NA, good evening, my man. Kev Williams, great to see you, buddy. 4-2, Liverpool. Come on, absolutely love that. John Fitzpatrick, big up, sir. Are you back in Limerick? John. Let me know. Spurs 2, Liverpool 2. We also have James White, Paratrooper says Gil Messi is back. Finally, a great manager is going to utilize him. Gil ball incoming. All the ingredients are there for Gil to succeed. If he doesn't get in Ange's team, he will never get into a Tottenham team. It's that simple. If it doesn't work out now, it never will. This guy plays the sort of football that should suit someone like Gil. So now is his opportunity, Jamesy boy. Great to see you in the building, my man. We also have Ian Ferguson. Great to see you, Ian. Hopefully you are keeping well, my man. DJ Samuel as well. Great to see you, brother. He's gone with 2-0. Big up, DJ. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Where's the F-bomb? I know you like to show one of them in before the score prediction. Neil Shafton says, when do you go from our boys to our Spurs number one? When you go from our Spurs boys to a Spurs number one place for Everton Spurs, just asking for a friend. We never stop. Smash the like and in Ange we trust.
Thank you, Neil.
Look, I'll be honest. Once we perfect our content, once we become absolutely perfect, hopefully then, that'll happen. That's the dream. But look, there's so many great channels out there, my man. So, everyone deserves a bit of respect and a bit of credit. But I like the way you think we're number one. At least someone out there does. So big up, Neil, my man. Absolutely great to see you. Hopefully you're keeping safe as well. Not as many floods as Jacko. Outside Cockerels this afternoon. Irish Hotspur gang. Big up, Jose. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Good to see you in the building. We are due a call in from you soon. Georgie Hill says, big up, lads. Hope you're keeping well. Haven't beaten Liverpool at home yet. Big Ange smashes through all the records. You put them in front, and I'll finish
George.
it. He knocks them down, my man. Big
Come
up,
on.
Georgie Hill. Jack, anything you want to say to our man, George?
Good to see you, Georgie Hill, as always. Thanks for tuning in for these fan shows, and hopefully you're keeping well upstate, my friend. And yeah, George, let's get this Liverpool win this weekend. Huge match, and Jurgen Klopp. I'm curious to see what he has to complain about now that we're playing, the Ange style. What's he gonna find to complain about? Big up, George.
Probably how good Sarboy is. Saying it wasn't fair. They didn't get to look at him first. Big up, Big T says, hey guys, how you doing this evening? Hope all is well. The Prophet Gil Messi is back. Very sad about Perisic because I think he's our best player off the bench, but at least Gil Messi should get some minutes. Look, Perisic was an impact off the bench. It was the crossing that he's able to do, running with the ball, linking up with people. But look, Gil Messi is just as energetic, but I'd argue he gives you more out of possession in terms of trying to chase things down and turn the ball over. And as we've seen in glimpses last year, when off the bench, he has some skill to him. I remember came off the bench against Frankfurt and absolutely ripped them up. Palace last year when we beat them 4-1 at their place, ripped them up down that side. So we know there's a player in there. It's just now about nurturing that talent. And let's see if Postecoglou is the right man. I think he is, because he'll tell Gil, go out there, play free, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and I'll only take you off if you fail to keep trying to do what I want you to do. And I think to someone like Gil, let him be free as a bird. Let his hair flap in the wind as he's galloping around the Hotspur turf, breaking ankles. That's what I think, Tyler.
Big up, Big T. Hill Messi's back with us. It's a shame with Perisic, like you say, but another huge match ahead this weekend, my friend. Let me know how you're feeling ahead of it. Are you nervous? Feeling confident? Big up to you, my man. Big
up, Big T. We're going to take a few more comments, and then we will crack into it and get some of the guests on. We have DJ Samuel. He's laughing at my slip-up. Berbat's halftime smoke says, Freudian slip, Dave. Absolutely. We have J Mac. He's like, what? I know. When I read it, I was like, Derek's getting big excited, isn't he? John Fitzpatrick. I know. Davey Hall, big up the whole crew. That's a different channel. Just kick it. Absolutely love it. Big up, my man. Regular laugh. And J Mac says, need to go to Specsavers, Dave. I think I do, buddy. And then Ashwara Padmaraj says, Rory complimented us. I was so confident about winning, but after Rory backed us, I'm not so sure. Jackot, is he on about Rory Jennings?
Yeah, I think she is. I think with Rory Jennings, he just finds kind of a new person to slander each and every week. Sometimes it's a Tottenham Hotspur, sometimes it's a Man United, sometimes it's its own club. In this case, it looks like, he's decided to be a little bit nicer to somebody, and he's picked us. I feel like he has nothing really all that bad to say about Ange. I think he's even probably learned his lesson if he had any sort of bad things to say about Ange, and it's probably just, time to start praising the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. Ashwara, big up to you. Good to see you in the house.
Big up, Ashwara. Great to see you in the house. Look, if he's predicting us to do well, I think we need to change team. But big up, Ashwara. We've got Steve D in the building. He says people that still don't see positives in Ange are the kind of people that will still wear face masks. COVID like Conte is gone. Breathe in the fresh air. Look, Steve D, my man. I mean, look, I think if people choose not to see the positives of what's going on now, they're just looking to be negative, to be brutally honest with you. They're just looking to be unhappy and upset, if you want me to be brutally honest. It's hard not to be positive. I mean, we lost our star man up front over the summer. We've handled that. We've lost our captain and our goalkeeper who was there for over a decade. We've handled that. We've got a new backline that has settled quicker, and made less mistakes than anyone first imagined. We've formed a midfield using one of the guys that we brought in, a couple of years ago, where everyone slated the signing of Papa Matasar. And we're unbeaten 6 games in, and we've already gone away to the Emirates and played Man United at home. 2 games we traditionally drop points in. So, there's so much to be positive right about now as well. You go back and look at Tottenham's recruitment. You have to give Dom Paratici the praise. He's influenced everything that's going on at Tottenham Hotspur, and it's all coming to the fore now. So I want to see many revised opinions on Paratici's recruitment as well. And also, when you look at the under-21s, they're absolutely balling out the academy. They've got their system, and it looks like we're going to start producing some gems for the future. And for once, you could probably say Tottenham actually have their shit together and heading on the right trajectory. So long may it continue. So anyone that chooses to be upset right now, they're just looking for a reason to be unhappy in life, in my opinion.
Big up to you, Steve D. You knew I was always looking for a reason to happy clap, and just giving me more than 1,000 reasons to happy clap right now. I'm almost finding it impossible to be upset about anything going wrong with the Spurs. It feels like we're in, actually, for once, a bit of a cloud kind of 9 situation. Anything obviously can come crashing down. Of course, it always does with Spurs, but Big Ange seems to be guiding us through things right now. He's our captain. He's our man, guiding us through all of the scary events that could be, ahead of us. But he's our man. He's leading us in the right direction. Big up to you, Steve D.
Big up, my man. Everything just seems to be coming together at the right time. Let's wait and see. Leicester, it worked out for Leicester. They went and won a league title, Steve D. So let's wait and see what we can do, my man. Absolute legend. Big up, Bobby K, member for 19 months. Oh, what an absolute, that's a service and a half. So big up, David and Jack and the chat. Come on, you Spurs. Bobby, hopefully Sunday, after all the game has died down and everything has, we'll be able to get on some pro clubs and get it going. But I still have to work out. I have to speak to Jacob about how to get that cross-play up so that I can find you, because I haven't a clue about it. But Jacob says there's some sort of app or something like that. So I'll get on it, my man, and I'll get it sorted. And then hopefully we can all sit down Sunday for an hour and have a bit of banter as well. Big up, Bobby K. Hopefully you and the 2 boys are looking forward to this game. Tell the boys to keep up the FIFA content as well, my man. It's absolutely quality. Big up, Bobby K. Great to see you.
Good to see you in the house.
We have Sir Ace. Big up, Dave and Jack. I hope we can get 3 points tomorrow. I think we're all hoping that, brother. Sham Tan says, hey, Jack and Dave, hope you're both well. Jack needs to get rid of the flat cap and get the rubber wellies and the flashlight. Be safe, Jack. How do we stop this front 3 of Liverpool?
I do probably. I'm not planning on going outside unless it looks at least safe for, the next 45, minutes or so. You never know. It's just a big cloud of rain could come through. Might need some goggles, but in all seriousness, again, to everybody, around sort of the New York area, please do be safe. Don't go outside. Just try to be as safe as you can. Hopefully you have enough food and, water. Maybe hopefully the Wi-Fi is still on and everything. Just keep yourself cozy. I'm trying to keep myself cozy with Dave here, just chatting Spurs, pretending that none of it's going on or any of it's happening right now. Shemtan, big up to you, my friend. And how do we stop that front 3? Well, we have a better chance than we ever did before with this new backline and with this new goalkeeper. So I'm actually feeling more confident than I ever would have in previous seasons with Mickey Van de Ven, the Rom Bomb, Pedro Porro, the postman, our man Ugodi, the Udoji, and then Big Vic in goals, Shem.
Absolutely love it. We need a massive performance from that back line. An absolutely flawless performance from absolutely everybody. Big up, Shem Tam. Like I said, we'll take a few more, welcome a few more in, and then we will crack on. We must crack on. We know why? Because we never stop. But Iceman says, good evening, fellas, and everyone in the chat. Hope you had a great week. Pumped for the weekend. Hashtag Jack's Cocktails. Hashtag Dave for Chirpy. Hashtag Rombomb. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love that. Anyone that wants to know what that's about, me and Jack spoke about how we can get employed at Tottenham Hotspur. So, we've come up with some good drink names that we feel that Tottenham can make drinks of, and Jack can be head brewmaster. Unfortunately, because I'm a bit of an idiot, my only job I think I could get is Chirpy. So I'm coming for the mascot's job. So people, hashtag Dave for Chirpy everywhere, please, and get me employed.
Coming for him.
Me and Chirpy halftime bash. That's what people want to see. Rasta County, great to see you, my man. We also have Sammy Gammy, Sessions Gammy Hammy. Dave, I just watched you on We Are Tottenham TV. I love how you schooled them on all your youth setup. I didn't school anyone, my man. I just sort of, went into one of them blackout zones that I have, and I just speak absolute facts, my man. It doesn't come around often, but when it does, I mean, It's phenomenal. I even surprised myself. But no, I enjoyed it, my man. It was good being on there with the boys and then Lee McQueen as well. Really good conversation. If people haven't, get over and check it out, actually. Jamie says, big up, lads. I feel we will beat Liverpool 3-1. No team can handle our confidence and belief. Absolutely love that. Jay, my man, let me know if you're ever down in Newbridge. Let's meet up for a coffee, brother. Paddy Harnett, another Limerick man. You have John Fitzpatrick back there soon. He says, hello, gents. Hope all are well. I think 2-2 again tomorrow. If I see any more Desmonds, I'm going to cry. Are they? As they would be a far bigger test than Arsenal. I can't see us winning. If I'm honest, look, it's going to be a tough one tomorrow. I think every Spurs fan definitely understands that, Paddy and Jack. I mean, we're not expecting, well, maybe Paul is actually, Paul Hotspur. He's walking in expecting us to roll them over with his score prediction. But look, I think it is going to be tough. It's our biggest test of the season. Let's be real about it. You know, for me, we'll speak about this tomorrow, but I think it will really sort of show where we're at in this sort of development phase. But my old lad, you know, before the season started, he said to me, Dave, I think we'll hit the ground running and smash up most teams. But I do think we'll be on the receiving end of an absolute hiding in a couple of games, whether it be against Liverpool or City. The old lad has said that. So if that happens tomorrow, blame him. But, you know, there are some of the older fans are still a bit weary of this, and I fully understand it. But what I would say, Paddy, is we're not going in there predicting a loss. You're still going in there predicting a draw, and that still shows the change and the sign of the times, my man. Big up, Mr. Harnett. Great to see you, brother. Spurs GCTV, always in here as well. Great to see you, along with Mr. Agenbar. Great to see you, my man. Who else have we got here? We've got Nico. Make sure you stay safe, sir. It's important that happens. He says, hey, Jacko, you got that canoe. I mean, you might need it back for work.
Might keep it for myself and lazy just in case I need some groceries or, you know, ahead of this is North London Derby. You know, I'm about to run out of, I think, some popcorn. So, you know, again, I'm trying to stay as cozy as I can. Maybe let me know if I can pick up some groceries for you and I'll return the canoe back at your place. Big up to you, Nick.
Nick, do stay safe, though. I really do. If Google goes down, I know you didn't make it into work, my man. Good to see you, though. Let me know your score prediction for tomorrow, brother. And are you around for the post-match show as well? Well, you should be if you can't get anywhere. Ian Smith says, love tuning in to you guys. Big up. Great to see you, Ian. Really appreciate that.
Thanks,
also, Phil Coys, we never stop. Great to see you in the building. Danny Elizito as well with us. Great to see you. Faz Radfar, are you going to the game tomorrow? I know you like to do a lot of the home ones. Managed to get a ticket tomorrow. 3-1 Spurs. Hope my 100% record at the stadium remains intact. Jacko,
that's a great prediction.
3-1. Conservative effort to get into all home games now.
Yeah, that's an impressive record to have, Faz Radfar, and I love the dedication. I also feel like there are a lot of times where, you know, you probably have gone to games that you just weren't given what you probably deserved and what you paid for. Now you're definitely getting closer, at least, to what you're probably paying for and what you deserve as a Spurs fan. Your 3-1, your classic 3-1 prediction, Faz Radfar, I see it as being a possible one for today. I'm going for a 3-1 or a 3-2. Personally, Faz Radfar, so I'm on your end of things. Big up to you, my man. Good to see you in the house as always.
Yeah, great to see you, Faz, my man. And look, you know, if we win tomorrow, we know it's because of you, lad. Big yourself up. Joseph is in the house, my man. Joseph says, good big man, up, David and Jack. Agreed. Big up, Dom Paratici. Many of his signings are turning out to be gems in Ange we trust. Well, I mean, you know, the likes of fraud Paratici, con Paratici, all that sort of stuff, all that is going to have to be ripped up and going to have to start calling the Don, the Lord, I don't know, whatever we need to do, you know, but there has to be some apology forms for sure, Joseph, because it's coming to the fore right now, my man. I'm only kidding. Look, it's just good to see Tottenham going in the right way. That's all it's about, my man. That's what everyone's wanted over the last few years. That's why there have been so many debates and stuff like that, because everyone just wanted to find a way for Tottenham to kick on and move forward. Everyone had different ideas, different philosophies, but we're here now. But ours was correct. Big up, Joseph.
Nice one, man.
I'm only messing. Lee Harris, big up David, Jack, and everyone in the chat.
Come on, Lee.
In tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love that. And then we have two more, and then we are kicking on. Drew, this evening, Dave and Jack in the chat. I think we can beat them tomorrow. 3-2, Sonny Brace and Mads with the winner. Well, that would cause some scenes.
Come on, Drew.
That would cause absolute scenes. Also, big up Lisa and Ewan McCabe coming in there as well. And then we have Faz Radfar. He says, reminder, we back Ange irrespective of result. Come on, you Spurs. And Jack, I think that's important, right? You know, there is there is a chance we could lose this tomorrow. We have to realize how good Liverpool are going forward, the
Yes.
talent that they possess. And, they could very easily humble us tomorrow. Very, very easily. It's important, right, that we don't just go for Ange again. Like what happened in the League Cup, that we still go, look, we're still in the developmental stage. Yes, we got excited and we're getting carried away, rightly so. But, it's a blip, right?
No, Spurs fans need to, I think, say this, I think, out loud a lot, right? Did anybody expect us to be undefeated by this stage of the season? Did anybody expect us to be at the top of the table, or at least close to the top of the table by this stage of the season? No, I don't think anybody really did, unless you really were that much behind Ange and that, positive from the get-go that he was actually going to surprise everyone. I think we have surprised a lot of the teams. I think we've surprised most of the Premier League, and we should be happy with that. If we end up not getting the right result, or the result that we want against Liverpool, that's no shame on the players. It's no shame on Ange. Just didn't happen for us on the days. Sometimes that's going to be the case for us this season, but I'm very confident with how we've gotten started. And I think that means we're going to have a great season. Just personally, of course, things like I said could go crashing down, but I personally don't see that happening with Big Ange, because he's going to handle whatever comes his way, whatever obstacles that do come his way, and absolutely back him no matter what, Faz.
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I think he's built up that much love with everyone loves him. Everyone. I think, people accept it for what it is. We've come up against a team that's had a manager for how many years? We're new into it. I think nearly every Spurs fan will sort of accept it if it happens. But let's not premeditate that. They do say you have to manifest what you want to happen in life. So I manifest a win. Big up Moondog. He says, can't see anything but a win for us. So he's a bit different to the likes of Paddy. He said he can't see us winning this, but Jack, do you see a win for us? Is there a world where we can win? We've struggled against Liverpool massively before.
It's different from the Arsenal game, Moondog, for me. I think Liverpool are a team that I'm afraid of their attack. I think they have so many weapons going forward that I could see us having some trouble defensively. I think I really rate our defense. I love our defense at this moment in time, but I just rate Liverpool's attack at the same time. So they are going to cause us some difficulties and some trouble. But their defense, I don't think, is nearly as good as what it used to be. I feel like Alisson has actually been holding them up. He's been making some spectacular saves for them to keep them in games. Van Dijk, I don't think, is the same player he used to be. Matip, I don't think, is the same player he used to be. Robertson, it feels like, is not really playing at, the same form that he did a couple of years ago. Trent is playing really well, but he's always capable of being gotten at, at least when you're with the ball. He's not very, he has lapses of concentration defensively. And I kind of just feel like their defense is a little bit shaky at times. So I rate, us being able to get some goals past them, Moondog.
Yeah, look, Moondog, I think Jack's right. I don't think Van Dijk is the Colossus he once was. I think, you get the right balls in behind for Sonny. I think he finishes them. I think in years gone by, some of the chances have probably fallen to the wrong players who maybe didn't have that composure or that coldness in that moment, because we have missed a lot of big chances in games gone by the years that if we would have put them in, could have been a different game, different result. So, look, let's hopefully we can create the chances and take it from there, my man. Big yourself up. And then also big up Terry and Kate as well. Great to see you. Hopefully you and Jim are keeping well, Kate. And also, everyone, please get over and check out our channel as well. She was live earlier. I had her on in the background. Was making some images. Great content. But look, guys, we are going to crack on, get on the guests. Like I said, if you want to throw love your boys' way, put down that bag of chips. A lifetime on the lips, or a moment on the lips means a lifetime on the hips. You waive that chip fee. You put it into the Irish Hotspur via channel membership or via super chat. We'll help you guys, keep that, get that body ready for Christmas so we can all overindulge over the Christmas period. So why not forget about that bag of chips and grab yourself a channel membership? But Jacko, Dave for Chirpy,
yes, Dave.
Who's on first, my man?
KPV said he's got to go quickly because he's got to go out this evening. I think around 7 he said. So let's get on the KPV. He's got a date. It looks like that KPV. So we're going to get him on first quickly. And then we're going to go to the Dermatron, then Mia, and then Shawnee. Come on, KPV.
Where are you after this evening, KPV?
I'm going to Wetherspoons to meet up with some friends. And so
girlfriend maybe?
Huh?
Girlfriend maybe?
Nah, man.
Nah.
She's busy at the moment. So
Night on the tile with the boys.
Yeah, going to link up with the boys. So gonna have a meal and a beer. So and
FIFA's out today.
Tomorrow, warming up for the big game tomorrow. And I love what Paul said. Son's gonna flip Virgil Van Pancake. I love that, Paul. Love it, man. And yeah, this curse ends tomorrow. And yeah, I think Jack from Spurs Related is right. Liverpool are the only team we haven't beaten at our new stadium. We ended the Chelsea curse, Man United curse, and yeah, we already beat the filth there, so but they lucky. But tomorrow, Liverpool, we end the Liverpool curse tomorrow, and yeah, I'm going for 5-2 Tottenham win, man. 5 goals, man. Let's end the curse, man. Then that'll be the every Premier League champion we've beaten. So this ends tomorrow. I said it before the United game, and I said it before Chelsea last season. So the curse that curse is ending tomorrow, lad. It ends tomorrow. So, yeah, let's send moaning Klopp back with no points. And yeah, he's he's gonna moan. He's probably gonna moan about, oh, how do we not get a penalty? Like it's never gonna be a penalty because Vicario's not saved a penalty. So Vicario, we need to write on a piece of paper who's taking the pens because Salah's missed a few already. So tomorrow, Salah's not scoring. He's only providing assists instead of scoring. So yeah, Mo Salah ain't scoring, and so we're gonna win 5-2. Goal scorers: Son with a brace, Madders, and yeah, so Son 2, Madders, Kulu, and Romero. Like yeah,
Aramba.
defender. Yeah, gonna win 5-2, and Scene is gonna be at full time. The stadium will be rocking, and yeah, I'll be in the pub watching it with the Spurs fans and
Drinking Liverpool tears.
yeah, drinking Liverpool tears, and I'm still drinking in them Gunner tears from Sunday, man. Like before the Northern, they said that we were gonna get battered, but nah, man, they chat nonsense. They
Must have
said,
been collecting a lot of them, KPV.
yeah, like I watched the Tottenham TV panel show, and yeah, David absolutely said it. He didn't get his Gary Neville bonnet. I love that. I love
Do you
that,
enjoy
man.
that one, KVV?
Yeah, I watched it, man. And yeah, I don't know who's commenting on the game tomorrow. It's probably going to be Gary Neville and Peter Drury, as Peter Drury likes
Yeah.
to commentate on Spurs games. So Gary Neville, if it is him, then he needs to say something good about Tottenham because when he commentated on the Man United game, when it was our last home game at the Old White Hart Lane, he mentioned a 5-3 game. Did he have to bring that up? That still pissed me off. Yeah, we had all players, but that still pissed me off. The 5-3 defeat. Do I give a damn about that game? That was nah, but I don't care. This is Big Ange, mate. Big Ange is gonna have the last laugh against Jurgen Klopp, moaning Klopp. His home
Jurgen
record
Klopp.
will continue, and let's just hope our home one continues. Yeah, because we haven't lost a home game this season. Big Ange hasn't lost, so home record continues, and another big test for Big Ange. Like Liverpool are getting done over tomorrow. 5:30 people. Whoever's going to the game, enjoy and make sure we see some scenes. And yeah, I'm going 5-2 Tottenham, as I said. So yeah, Ronaldo loves a goal against Liverpool. Madison
Yeah.
actually scored for Leicester when they won the league, Liverpool. So that's the only time Madison scored. So, but yeah, he's going to do it again tomorrow at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Champagne Lane, Champagne football is coming home again. And let's do this. 5-2 Tottenham. And the captain is going to score a brace as he scores against Liverpool. So, yeah,
He
let's
loves it.
do this. I'll be in the pub watching it. So, yeah,
Nice
5-2
one.
Tottenham. And yeah, enjoy the game, people. And I would like to say rest in peace to Dumbledore from Harry Potter. Really gutted to hear the news this week. Another legend. Yeah, I'm absolutely gutted that he's gone.
Great
Dumbledore.
call, KPV. Great
Big
call,
Harry
my
Potter
friend.
fan.
Yeah, Harry Potter fan. And
Yeah.
I want to say, West, like, get well soon, Ben, for your Tottenham TV, because
Yes.
normally I'm on Real Tottenham TV during the morning or afternoon to preview the big game. So, yeah, Ben's not well, so get well soon,
Yeah.
man, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow after the game. If you're going, then I'll see you Sunday or Monday, but yeah, get well soon, my man. So, I'm out, people. I'm
Nice
You
one,
enjoy
completely
yourself.
KPV.
out. So,
Really
I'll see
great call,
you,
KPV.
yeah, next week. And as always, Levy out, everyone else in. Come on, you Spurs. Big Andrew Trust.
KPV, before you go, give me a we never stop. You got to finish on that now.
We never stop in Big Ange charge.
And that should be your boys' motto, drinking motto tonight when you're out having fun on the tiles. You know, any boys tracking behind you, give them a we never stop, make them power through. KPV, go and
Yes,
enjoy your
we
night,
do.
broski. Have a good one, my
Manage.
man. And we'll see you soon. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. We never stop.
Love
Nice
it.
one,
Love it.
KPV.
Oh, what a legend. What a legend.
Great
What a
energy from
baptism of fire,
KPV.
Daka.
Great energy from KPV tonight. He's on fire. Yeah, Dave. He's feeling it. He's on form. Big up to KPV. I hope he has a good rest of his Friday ahead of this Liverpool match. And looks like he's going to be enjoying himself as well during the Liverpool match around some good company. And yeah, I'm jealous. I'm absolutely jealous. I wish I was out on the town with KPV tonight.
He's gone off now to get his nice iron shirt on, you know, the jeans, the chain, everything. He's gonna look $1 million. Big up, KPV, brother. Have a great night. Regular says if we win 5-2, I think we are winning the title. Look, some people already think that, aka me. Carlos S says, got to believe we can win. They need the energy. Look, 100%. This is what I keep saying, Carlos. You know, we keep going into these games against these bigger teams. You know, and we roll over, they're gonna beat us, this, that, and the other. And then we wonder why, when it comes to these big games, that they talk smack to us, they disrespect our club, they disrespect our players, because we roll over every time they speak. We now have the football on the pitch that we have to stand up to, and we can stand there and talk smack back to them. Ange Postecoglou said it. It's up to you to believe. It's up to the team to follow. So, and that's exactly what's happening, my man. We have to believe. You know, we've things are going in the right direction. And look, let's be honest, right? It's going to take some people longer than others. It's just the natural way it is in life, you know, where people sort of, you know, it takes them longer, and it will. But the more we win, the more and more people you see become confident. And hopefully we can get back to that where we're, you know, a bit arrogant about our club. That's what I want to see. I want to see people going into these pre-match shows and post-match shows with all these other rival channels with chest, my man. With chest.
For sure. Big up Carlos S. Absolute legend. I completely agree. Going into this match, I think Spurs fans, I understand if there's some nerves. I understand if there's some sort of worries about Liverpool and everything. But I mean, like I said before, we're undefeated going into this game. Let's be confident. Let's give this team some confidence. A lot of the fans going into the stadium, I hope there's a really good atmosphere going in, because I do feel like the players will really thrive off of that. And also too, this Liverpool team, at least recently, they haven't been starting games off well. So if we have a really good atmosphere, a really good crowd that's behind the players and really gets us off to a firing start, you could see how it'd be difficult for Liverpool to get back into the games, no matter how, you know, good they are at getting back into it. If we start off on the right foot and we have a good crowd and good momentum, I think they could really use it, Carlos. And it's up to the fans to give them that extra confidence sometimes. Sometimes the players really do need it, and they really do rely on it. Big up, my man. Legend.
Yeah, big up, Carlos. Absolute legend, lad. Great to see you, and I really appreciate the support, my man. Let us know whereabouts you're from, Carlos. Really appreciate it, my man. Whereabouts in the UK are you living? I think we've got a Liverpool fan in, or else it's a salty gunner. Says win the league. Jeez, can't wait till Liverpool slap you back to reality. I mean, first of all, we're going to turn Jurgen Klopp into Jurgen Stropp, right? We're going to turn them into the German crybabies. But look, make sure you're back here tomorrow at about 9 p.m. I want to see you back in the comments with the same chest, because it'll be me slapping you back to reality. I'll slap you back, you know, back into your mother's womb. That's what I would say. I'll hit you that hard. So the win is coming tomorrow. Make sure you're back here around 9 p.m. so I can banter you. Who else have we got? We've got Graham. Big up, Graham. Great to see you, my man. 1-1. Absolutely love it. No doubt you're going to that game tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoy yourself out and it's a good day out, my man. Big up. And then we also have Iceman. What's he saying? Right now, I fear no one if teams want to attack us, we hit them on the counter. If they park the bus, we have our very own locksmith now in Matters. Matters the locksmith. Absolutely love it. Dreadlock 74 this time. Payback for that Kung Fu Jota kick. 3-2 Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that, my man. Big up, you legend. Great to see you. Bobby BG says, that's all good, then, King Huddle. No worries. And Ray Martin says, I think it was a very good thing we dropped out of the League Cup and Ange can focus training with only one game a week. Yeah, look, I'll be honest, looking at Man City going out of it, it's kind of like, oh. But at the same time, you know, he had to give players an opportunity. He has to, see what players he can rely on in competitive fixtures. And I think now he's got a good grasp of that. You won't see the same mistake in the FA Cup, my man. Big yourself up. Spurs GCT says, Dave, I believe in Bigfoot and aliens, so no problem about breaking the Liverpool curse.
Dave, I think Dermatron only has so long, so I think
Let's
we
get
have
him on.
to. Yeah, let's get him on here.
Let's get him on. Let's hear what the Tron has to say. Big up, Tron, my man. How are you keeping?
Yeah, very short for time. But I did say because I was going out tonight as well, so that's why. But never mind. Look, it is what it is. I was told you last night. I was going to the cinema. Going to see.
Enjoy.
Oh well, I'm looking forward to it. But nice to get out. Yeah, look, tomorrow. Look, I'm excited about tomorrow, but we have to be a bit realistic about it. We are playing a team with 17 games unbeaten, and they're second in the league for a reason. But we are going to go there. We are going to give him a wedgie, and Klopp's going to be moaning all the way home. We have to get him a taxi because there'll be no wheels left in his bus because we'll have it packed up on bricks outside White Hart Lane. And yeah, maybe 2-0 Spurs win. Simple as.
Dermot, looks like you have plans to put some bricks underneath Klopp's bus. Is that what you're going to try to get him to complain about? And how do you think Jurgen Klopp is going to handle a team that actually is going to, sort of take it to him for once, right? He's not going to be coming up against a defensive side. He's going to be coming up against a possession, very high energy sort of side for once.
Yeah, look, it's a very different Tottenham side he's facing this year to an Eric Dyer or Sanchez like we did last season. There's a very different atmosphere. It's a very different attitude. I think Liverpool. Look, we have to, this is our biggest test of the season. You Arsenal was a test, but this is the bigger test. This is more Liverpool. Yeah. Liverpool are the team that are going to push Man City all the way in the league. So this is the bigger test. Look, if we get out of it with a point, I feel it'll be 2 points dropped at home. If it was away, I'd be happy with the point. We've got to win our home games and get good results away from home to keep us within the Champions League race. But look, I don't think we should fear anyone. I think we're going tomorrow's game full of confidence, full of fight, full of energy. And that stadium will be rocking tomorrow evening. I will guarantee you the roof will be off that stadium because we shouldn't fear anyone. And why should we?
Yeah.
Who are the hell are Liverpool fans saying they're going to slap us back to reality? Let's get one thing straight here, right? Where were you lot when you didn't win the league? We slapped you back to reality when we were winning stuff. Where were you? Still sucking on your whatever, doing whatever. But I think we need to slap them back to reality because we're the better team. We're the more team in form. We've got the better players. And what have they got? A moaning Egypt who just moans about everything and anything. Just Klopp, just go back to Hogwarts and be moaning Markle. That's your cousin. Just go back flying around Hogwarts. That's what you're good for.
Look, they do pose a serious threat tomorrow. But look,
they do.
I think we can get at them for sure. I do think we can get at them. That defense is not impenetrable. They have gone behind in 5 of the games this season. So if we can get in front, it puts us in the ascendancy. And then let's see how we manage it out from there. We've got a different mentality than years gone by. But look, it's not going to be any walk in the park. Let's not make any mistake about this. We'll have to go out there. We'll have to earn that. Everyone across that back line has to be switched on. Romero has to be vocal across that back line, keeping people organised, keeping them sharp. Because we have to admit Liverpool's attack is potent. They're very, very sharp players. Very, very quick, very good on the ball. And if you lose one lapse in concentration, they'll punish you.
Completely
they will absolutely punish you. So everyone has to be on it tomorrow.
The one thing about Liverpool is they are a dangerous side. You're right in that. And we can't take them lightly. We cannot to have players that can punish you left, right, and centre. And Klopp isn't stupid. Klopp would set that side up to counter every anti-Ange system he's got. He hasn't won a league or Champions League. He is a good manager. Better than that Twinkie Winky man down the road who's a complete idiot.
He's another moaner.
He is another moaner. Maybe they're part of the same club. Maybe the moaning club. Maybe they meet up in London once a week, have a few drinks, and moan about stuff. But look, we have to be careful we don't get too ahead of ourselves with this game. If we get beat tomorrow, we get beat. We still back Ange. We're still there. I agree with your old fella. I agree with him, what he said about getting a hiding. I think we will. But I don't think it'd be too much. I think it'd be a game where we might lose 2-1 or 2-0. But we've played well, but we've been unlucky. But look, for me, we've got to keep on this wave of optimism, wave of winning. Keep this sort of momentum going, because we can go anywhere we want to. Anywhere.
Spot on, Dermot.
We look, if Leicester can win the league, why can't we? What's the difference between Leicester and what's the difference between us? Apart from a bigger shush yourself. Too much less of the old man, right? Shush. You respect your elders. There's a good lad. Go back now and play with your toys. There's a good lad. And tell your mammy to put you in bed at 9 o'clock, because it'll be past your bedtime now. So just shush. No, but I just think I think we just have to be realistic. We are playing a good side tomorrow, but we did look what we got out of North London Derby. We got a point. So I think we should be optimistic, full of vigor, full of fight, but also be a bit realistic.
Yeah. I agree with that, Dermot. I think what Dave said too is absolutely spot on. That they offer that sort of threat that's just it's so hard to deal with. You know, like you can even be defending well and they'll still be able to punish you, you know, type of team where it's like I feel like there might even be, if they were to score, I could envision just something from a Trent Alexander-Arnold cross that's just so, you know, perfect, just so hit with, you know, such, you know, kind of a such, you know, I don't know, like viz or, you know, fizz, and it's just hit so hard, it's hit so perfectly, you know, onto someone's head that's just impossible to deal with. You can see Luis Diaz, you know, hitting in, you know, a world. They all have really dangerous players. That's Sabotslai guy strikes a ball almost better than anybody. They really do have a lot more threats, and I actually would say Arsenal do. I think they're going to probably cause us more problems, you know, defensively than maybe Arsenal do, and we have to be aware of that. And plenty of Spurs fans see this as being our first potential loss of the season, and it's probably our toughest test. I'm going to be honest. I'm glad that we're at home for it too, because I think if we are going to try to win this one, we need to be at home for it.
I think so too. I mean, look, we haven't beaten Liverpool in 12 games. The last time we beat them was a 4-1 win at Wembley, where Harry Kane got 2, Dele Alli got 1. I think that, I forget who the third scorer was, but we haven't won in 12, which can go against us. But we can use that as motivation as well. Look, we hadn't won or get anything out of the Emirates for years, and look what we did last week. So we can look at that and think, look, if we can do that, we're at home. We've got 60,000 fans behind us. Let's go and get them. And I think we need to. I think Ange will have them pumped something chronic tomorrow. And look, I know people don't think me delusional. I said we could win the league. Look, I respect everyone's opinion. It's my opinion. I think we can. Look, Man City are the team out there, but they can have a bad run. This is the Premier League. Everyone can beat everyone. And if we can be there around Christmas, up and around there, why not? Let's think above ourselves. Let's think above the clouds. Let's be a bit delusional. We deserve it. What? Can't hear you now.
I think you're on mute, maybe, Dave.
My bad. I'm muting myself.
Look,
this is the thing.
Look, just very quickly, Dave.
Yeah.
Sorry. We've had 4 or 5 years of absolute tearing our hair out, of bad, boring, awful football with awful managers, with awful players. So why can I not be a bit enthusiastic or a bit delusional?
Well,
it's everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to how they feel, and it's their right. But I just feel like I want to be a bit delusional because I want to be, because I feel we can do it, and I've seen Tottenham. I've seen Tottenham enough over the years to to grant me, I think I've got a few points in the bag, deceive me that I can be a bit delusional, and I don't care.
Look, Dermo, it's the joys of being a Tottenham fan, right?
It
Look,
is.
and I see Kate sort of talking about the same subject in the
Yeah.
chat as well. And Kate's a bit opposite to it, where it's like, look, we need to stay grounded, this, that, and the other. But my opinion is we've sat here and we've had all these arguments and debates and whatever you not, conversations and whatever you not for the last 3 to 4 years for this exact moment. So now that this exact moment is here, you can't tell me we can't enjoy it. All I've heard for the last 3, 4 years is, oh, you're delusional, this, that, and the other. How you're being a happy clapper. Now that it's time for me to happy clap, people are telling me I can't happy clap. No, this is what we've been waiting for the last 3, 4 years. This is what everyone's been talking about, doing streams about and everything else for the last 3, 4 years for this exact moment. So sit there and enjoy it, because if you don't, you're going to miss it. And then we could very well quickly be back where we were once before. And then all of a sudden, it's all negative again. So enjoy it while it's here. That's what I say to everybody out there. It's what we've been moaning for. So
it's the thing as well, because we've been through so much heartache, so much fighting with each other and tearing each other apart as a fan base and tearing each other apart as a club. We're being united for the first time in years. And I feel this is better than the start Poch made. I feel this is a better manager, a better team than what Poch had. And this is a team that can get trophies. This is a team that will lead us to Wembley. And Ange is the man, and I'll back Ange 100%. Win, lose, draw, or quartered. I don't care. I'm on Ange train, and I'm all the way.
And then Kate is saying this delusion is why we get mugged off by other fan bases. See, this is the problem. I couldn't give a shit what other fan bases, say about me. Who cares? That's what it's what football is all about. Being able to slag off each other. That's what rivalry is. That's what football is. I don't care about what other teams do, and I'm not even going to sit there and praise them if I don't want to either. That's what football is to me. About fronting for your team. Mugging everyone else off, and it's all this stuff about I'm afraid they're going to mug us off. Who cares? Everyone mugs us off anyway.
Yeah.
TV personalities, pundits, and do they ever reference the IrishHotspur or Dermatron or someone like that? No, they don't. But they still mug us off. So what's the point of sitting there licking other clubs' asses or putting Tottenham down just to appease other fan bases?
And Ange did say,
why would I do it? Never going to put Tottenham down to appease other fan bases just because of in fear of being mugged off. In fact, I want them to mug me off, because if there's not, there's something wrong with football. That means football's lost its competitive edge, in my opinion.
And also, Ange did give us permission to be happy clappers. He said that's what he wants us to be. And I'm going to happy clap with the best of them. So, Jack, get that boss open. I'm on board.
Dermo, just quickly before we let you go, brother, the old lad says is the miss is going to tie you down to the cinema seat tonight, asking for a friend.
Now, Mr. Harris.
Yeah, tie you down to your seat last week.
Yeah, well, that would be telling now. So I'll leave it to your imagination and your friend's imagination.
So the outlet seems to have a thicker imagination than a bigger one than Dermatron does.
I tell you one thing, I love your own man. I think he's class. I really
he's a legend.
He's class. He is a legend.
He's an absolute legend. You know what? If you didn't follow the career path that he took, with the army and the aerospace and all that sort of stuff, he probably could have been a comedian, I'd say. He says also, realistically, we are playing our best football in years. We have a solid enough team, so why can't we stuff them tomorrow? I'm calling it now. 4-2 to the Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Exactly. Pretend they're a turkey. It's Christmas, and we're going to absolutely stuff them. That's what we need to do. But, Dermo, where can people find Mr. Delusional?
You can find Mr. Delusional, and I don't care what any fan says. You can all go and mug off. Apart from Tottenham fans, I love you all. Yeah, you can find me in THFC till I die. A big up to Philip Brady, who's been getting over COVID as well. Bless him. He hasn't been well. So, Philip, I spoke to him today. He's out and about, so he'll be back with me Monday evening. Yeah, if you like what I have to say, or you want to come over and see me being delusional, yeah, you can find me in THFC till I die. Your home of Tottenham, past, present, and an exciting future. Thanks to the lads coming on to the podcast last night. We had a great chat about everything about football, from how it should be run to Tottenham. So yeah, get over and watch that. And please give these lads a like and get them up to 12K, 13K. I don't know where they are. I've just got lost now. I don't know how far you can go. 100K, here we go. But look, thanks, lads. And I'm bouncing out of here.
Have a good rest of your evening, Dermot. I hope you enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I will.
Big up, Sean.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Big up, my man. Enjoy your evening, Dermot. Enjoy your evening.
I will.
See you, sir.
See you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Absolute legend. Absolute legend.
Keith Edwards earlier said with the super
Yeah.
chat, big up to you, Keith Edwards. Really do appreciate the support, my man. And he says, I think Ange mentality is yes, teams will score against us, but we will score more. Absolutely, Keith, 100%. And I think another element too of it is Ange seems to be less of the type of manager that really acknowledges a lot of the strengths of the other side. He wants them to think more about his strengths, what his team can bring, how they can hurt us or how they can hurt them. And it's kind of a different sort of thing that we have to get used to. A lot of times when even we're thinking about picking Emerson, instead of Pedro Porro, we're sort of thinking about it because, well, look at, the threats that they have, on their wings, maybe we should concede a little bit and go for something more defensive. Whereas Ange doesn't like to think about it that way. He wants to try to make the opposition think about him more. And I really enjoy that. And it's something we're getting used to. Big up to you, Keith.
No, look, absolutely spot on. And this is the thing. In years gone by, all the training and everything's gone into it. How do you neutralize threats? And look, of course, Andrew will work on that this week. But a lot of it will be just go out there, keep doing what you're doing, play with freedom. Just forget about everything that's gone on in the past. Fresh start, fresh opportunity to go out and rewrite the future. And so far, the team are living up to that billing. Who knows where we can take it? Look, could we win the title this season? I don't think anyone's saying we could, but can we get into a title race, which is a step forward, a bigger step than what anyone predicted that we would take this season? If we get a result, it's hard not to put Tottenham or talk about Tottenham in that sort of regard. But also, we should be looking at this as the 4-year term plan that Ange Postecoglou signed on the dotted line. You look at Guardiola from City. How long's he been there? We all know that he likes new challenges. He can get bored very, very quickly. Will he see out the 4-year tenure that Ange Postecoglou is here? No, which then means, you sort of pull City down because the only reason why they have a massive grip on the Premier League is because of Guardiola. Then you look at the likes of Kloppy Stroppy. They're a long time. Will he last the 4-year plan for Postecoglou's 4-year term at Tottenham? I'm not quite so sure. So then all of a sudden, if we keep the right recruitment, we're propelled to the most exciting team in the league. Let's see where it can take us. That's what I say to people. Look, just long-term strategy, long-term vision. I've always tried to do. I've always tried to point out that Tottenham are going to go a youth-centric model with the likes of Paratici's recruitment and everything else. And when all the deadwood is gone, and it's now just more of all of our recruitment out there, bar Sonny, we're absolutely balling. Sometimes you just have to look at the vision. But look, Jacko, Hennessy here, member for 11 months. What's he saying to us?
He's saying, evening, ladies and gents, going to be a great game. Come on, you Spurs. Big up. Dare Dave and Jack. Love you guys. Love your content. As always, come on, you Spurs. 3-1 to Liverpool. Another 3-1 prediction. And you're just like Fazzy Radfar there, Hennessy. I like to see that. And I hope it's going to be a good game for you, Hennessy. If you're going to the game, if you're able to, let us know in the chat. Also, if you're going to be around any good company for that game, let us know, my friend. And big up to you, my man. Really do appreciate your support. I hope we get to have a chat with you sometime soon, either for maybe a post-match or sometime, some type of thing next week or whatever. Would love to have a good chat with you again, Hennessy. Appreciate you, my man.
Nah, big up, Hennessy, my man. Great to see you. Hopefully college is going well. Hopefully you're settling down into college and university life is going well for you, my friend. And hopefully we can get the win, brother. Big up, Hennessy.
Appreciate your support.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Really appreciate the kind words as well. Really do appreciate it, my man. Absolute legend. Time
Ian
to happy
Ferguson's
clap.
in the house
Exactly.
as well. Yeah, good to see Ian. Time to happy clap. That's what David's been trying to say right now. He says, don't care about others. It's time to happy clap. Martin Nightbridge says, evening, lads. Sorry, I'm late. Had to go out with the missus for dinner. No apologies necessary, Martin. You should absolutely, never put the Irish Hotspur above the missus. You don't want to get the missus mad at us. Definitely don't want to get the missus mad at us, Martin. Big up. Good to see you in the house as always.
I just don't get it. Like, you get given out to for happy clapping, and then you get given out to when it is time to happy clap. I just don't get it. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving forward. Let's get the leader, the conductor of the Postecoglou train. It is the one and only Mia from Spurs Between the Lines. Let's hear what she has to say. Mia, how are you this evening?
I'm well, thank you, lads. I'm good. Ready for the game.
Tomorrow? Confident? Nervous?
Oh, do you know what? I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, Dave, because I know. Do you know what it is, right? It's like they always get the rub of the green with this game. They always do. And I keep bringing it up. And people are like, what, all of the games that you've not won against? I'm like, I can see actually the year that we drew both games, we should have won probably both of those games. The year that Toby Alderweireld, he scored an own goal late on. Like the game when Dias headed it back and gave it, we actually were playing well to Salah. So all these times, I just feel like we've got something against us, like hoodoo. There's some bad juju on us when it comes to Liverpool. So I'm hoping that we can break it this time, because I would love nothing more than to see Klopp smiling with those big fake teeth, but kind of grimacing because he knows that we absolutely slap them up. Like nothing would make me happier, honestly, because I can't bear him. I can't stand him. He just moans about everything. And we had a conversation about it, didn't we, Jack, on my channel?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, he says that about defensive football, and then that's how they beat us in the Champions League. And then he complains when we've played that against him and played on the counter attack. So hypocritical. So it drives me bonkers. So
he's the guy. He's the type of guy who complains about people cutting in line, and then the next day, cut somebody in line, sort of thing. Like he's just that sort of type.
He's honestly.
You and I also sort of brought up, right, with Jurgen, he seems like a guy that's so likable when they win, but then the moment they lose, right, he becomes actually the least likable person in the world all of a sudden. And one thing to mention maybe though, Mia, is we sort of spoke about yesterday that Spurs fans are going into this one maybe nervous, but I don't know, like I feel like we should sort of have a bit more of that type of confidence and that type of how would you put it? That's not exactly a free hit, but I don't know what the right terminology is for it. Like we're undefeated right now, and yes, this is a huge test, but everything has been going really well under Ange. Like I don't know, like I feel like we should have we shouldn't be as tense. We should relax our shoulders, going into this one, despite it obviously being a huge game.
Do you know what? It's weird, Jack, because actually I'm quite relaxed going into games now, because I feel like no matter what, we're going to play our way. And that's what he said. And all those crybaby Arsenal fans are still crying a week later because they didn't get 3 points. They didn't smash us like they said they were going to. Get the heck over yourselves. Because you know what? Ange told you, did you not use those two things on the side of your head? Ange Postecoglou told you we're going to go, we're going to play our way, and you should be afraid. And damn right, you should have been afraid, because you took it for granted and going, oh, you're going to get smashed. Not my problem, mate. If Ange says it, it shall be. And he says we never stop. So in a way, I feel the same about the Liverpool game. I'm relaxed. I'm a bit kind of like, I want to win it because I'd love to get that hoodoo off our back. But I'm relaxed about it, to be honest with you, lads, because we just play the Postecoglou way.
Yeah. How do you break hoodoo, Mia? Is there a way? Like, do you do something differently? Do you?
I don't know. Maybe when he comes, maybe like we just all have to collectively pray to the football gods at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but there is definitely, maybe when he comes in, we could just like tip some holy water over him, because then he might sizzle. Yeah,
do you know what, though? They do say you make your own luck in football at times. Yeah. And I think, for instance, we did against Arsenal last week with Maddison pressing Jorginho, right? In years gone by, we've missed massive chances, but we've also given up a lot of easy chances to opposition. And sometimes, when you're just being pummeled like that and you're just sitting back allowing it to happen, law of averages, eventually a penalty is going to be given away or a decision's not going to go your way, because there's just, constantly see that you. Would you go with that, meaning that sometimes, you make your own, right?
I do get it. If it happened, do you know what, Dave? If they didn't get the rub of the green every single time, I would say yes. But it just seems to be that they, part of it is us, and you do make your own luck in life anyway, in general, I believe. But I do feel like that they've just seemed to be this like proper lucky when it does come to us. Like there's just some teams that seem to always get that rub of the green, and it just does seem to be Liverpool. Like and today, even the journos, they're trying to like say to Ange, oh, you support Liverpool, you support Liverpool. And Joe, what? His answers are just literally the best. I absolutely love him. Did you hear what he said about the Fonz? He's like, I used to really like Happy Days. I haven't got the picture of the Fonz on my walls anymore. Like, I haven't got a picture of the Fonz on my wall. I was like, yes. And everything he says, even with the he was asked about Maddison being put in his fantasy team. And he was like, I don't know, mate. Do what you want. Honestly, I love that guy. When I read his answers, some of these questions are so ridiculous. And I'm just like, what are you asking him that for? Why? And I just absolutely love his answers. But he was very respectful towards Klopp. He said he actually spoke to Klopp once in his press conference. Yeah, he said he'd rung up because he had a goalkeeper and Klopp thought he wasn't playing him enough. So Klopp actually rung him up and spoke to him about it. Yeah, so he's always very respectful towards other managers, isn't he? He doesn't do this whole disrespect thing at all. So he seems to have a lot of respect for Klopp, which is fair enough. You know, that's fair. And you're saying about how he's changed the way football was played when he come in. You know, the intensity, and he spoke quite positively. But I wonder if that's a bit of reverse psychology, because it's a bit like all the pressure's on you, right? Because you're the big Klopp. You're the good manager. So I wonder if it is a little bit psychological.
I think it is. I think you're absolutely spot on, because I think if he goes in there trying to rattle a few cages, you sort of know the response you're going to get. I think he's clever. I think he still sees it that most teams think we're still Spursy. So he just lets them go in believing that, and then we rock up and we surprise them. We catch them cold. You know, I think a lot of them come off the pitch going, holy shit, what have we just come up against?
Yeah, no, that's it. And he also actually said about the Spursy tag, and he said this club has been up there amongst, you know, the big boys for a while now, so he doesn't really understand. He said it's other fans from other clubs that put this Spursy title, and he insinuated that it's probably quite unnecessary for them to say that we're Spursy. So he's already kind of bigging us up a little bit by saying this Spursy tag's just really made up by fans who want to have little digs at people, like digs. So
not just fans, media, you know, everyone.
Media, yeah. And I think that he's subtle with his little digs. When he says stuff like that, I pick up on it. I'm like, yeah, that's like a little dig, you know, like saying to everyone, listen, you can call us Spursy, but we haven't won nothing. Yeah, he says he understood that, but when it comes to where we've been, in the actual league, and that's a test, right, about how good you are every year, because otherwise it wouldn't matter. So he's saying we've been up there for a while, so this whole Spursy tag is a bit basically unnecessary. So everything he says I love anyway.
Look, it'd just be nice to get rid of it and having people sort of stop talking about that.
Yeah,
that's going to take.
It's going to take a while, Dave, because the thing is, right, the way I see it is the way that the media are and the way that the other fans perceive us. Even if we would have won a League Cup, they would go Mickey Mouse Cup. It don't matter. Even if we won, like, do you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, that doesn't matter. You've won one cup in so many years. That's what it'd be back to. It won't be you've won no trophies. It'd be, you've won one FA Cup in like 15 years. That's it, you know, like in trophy wise, you've won one trophy in 15 years. So no matter what happens with Tottenham, it's going to take, we'd have to basically match Man City really for them to stop saying it. And that's why I don't really take no notice when people call us Spursy, because I think it's silly, because we're not going to be able to match that. He wants, but Ange does want a plan. He said he recognises that the teams that are successful do have a plan, and that's what he is trying to build. I really sincerely believe he wants to build something. He doesn't want it just to be, we win one cup and that's it. He wants to build something more. And I think that makes me more excited, because he doesn't see this as I'll win a cup, shut everybody up kind of thing. He's like, no, I want to win and I want to continue to win, which is much better. It's a better attitude to sort of have, to be honest.
It's the right attitude, you know, especially at top level, performance sort of sport, you know, it's the right attitude to have. But maybe my last question for you. Johnson, of course, out injured, bit of a blow. You know, many people would have liked him running in behind and exposing that space left by Trent. Who do you go with up front on that left-hand side? Do you go with Solomon and bring him back in and keep that Maddison link with Son straight through the middle? Or is there a shout where you put Sonny out on the left, he can exploit that space in behind Trent, and maybe you try and feed off Richarlison's hate towards Liverpool?
Oh, do you know what? I think for me, I would say that you would have to I'll put Solomon in and maybe change it after. Maybe say after 60 minutes, if that's not giving us much joy, or whatever way. I feel that we still have got that option to have that. So I would probably start with Solomon because he's given a couple of assists, and the link up between Maddison and Sonny, as long as they're both okay to come in, which it looks like they will be. I would say that that's such a good link up, and it's becoming such a strong partnership that I feel that's our best chance to try and catch them out, to be honest with you, because their defence can be got at. If you look to watch them play in a few games now, other teams haven't been clinical. So in that first half, if they come out slow and we are clinical, I'd like us to score a few goals before half time, and I think that will shock them. And when they do try and come out in the second half, we have to just be very careful because they do score. Like I say, they come back. So I really think if we're going to do it, we have to kind of finish them off in the first half to a point where they're so disheartened that not even
it looks like a mountain to climb.
Yeah, not even a Klopp smile can do any good to them when he blinds them with his fake teeth. Honestly, I've got such a dislike for the guy. People are like, why do you? I just don't know. He's just got this face. I'm just like, oh no. It's the same as Lego Man. I don't like him either.
No,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Jack, do you concur with me?
No, I completely. And you had the question that I was about to give her as well.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
with Brendan. No, and it was the right place to go with Brendan Johnson being out. And I feel like Solomon or Richarlison are both good choices. I could see the logic in either. Do you feel like, though, Mia, just quickly, if Sonny just sort of turns out to be, best suited for the striker's position, and he seems to be maybe, sort of best suited there, that's where he's scoring the most goals? Do you feel like, in a way, even though Ange doesn't probably want to cater too much to somebody, you kind of, in a way, got to sort of cater to your best goal scorer? Like, if he is best suited for the striker's position, then that might mean that Richarlison is going to get more bench appearances than he is going to get maybe starting opportunities, right?
Listen, you've got to start your best team. You've got to give yourself the strongest opportunity to win a game. And if that's, to me, that is starting Sonny down the middle. And I feel like I would love nothing more. I said this, that I would love nothing more than Richie to come good, right? Because I love Richie. I'd love him too because he's a nice guy as well. And I'd like him to be okay and come good. But at the end of the day, I want what's best for my team. And if that is to play Sonny down the middle and to keep doing that, we have to do it. He said, he didn't even say, I think, Jack, that he doesn't get to close to players because he has to make these decisions. He's got to make a decision what's best for the team. And that's why he doesn't want to get close to them, because he doesn't want to do that and be close to someone. And that's the best thing, because it's all about what's best for the team. It isn't about individuals, unfortunately. That's what a team is about. It's about that being what's best for everybody.
Just quickly, though, how can he be so seen as a father figure, uncle type figure, and then also, keep that distance at the same time? It's an interesting
I think
one.
Because I think as a parent, I understand it more maybe, because what you do is that I'm not friends with my children, and I don't want to be friends with my children because they've got to have that level of respect, right? Especially as they're both teenagers now. I want them to have that level of respect. So I feel like Ange does that. He cares for them. He shows them, he shows them that that love in a way, but he doesn't take it to a point where they can take the mick. Because it's a bit like, again, I know it's like a really weird comparison, but for me, my children, I have to just say it to them and say, that's enough. And they know that's enough, because you don't take it past that point, because you have to maintain that line that you don't cross with children. So for me, it's that respect that they don't cross with Ange. They don't cross that line. They don't take it too far, because they've got that respect for him. And he shows them enough love and enough of affection that they love him. But they also know you do not cross that boundary. You do not do that. And I think it is a hard thing to do.
It's complicated.
It's a complicated thing as a parent, because like I say, a lot of times you think it's easier to be their friend, because then you don't have to make as many rules, because you're just their buddy, you're mates with them. But obviously, I want to have that. You've got to have that line, and I feel like that Ange does that very, very well. He literally has that set line of you don't cross this line. This is where this is our boundaries, because that's what it is. It's about setting boundaries, isn't it?
Right. No, yeah, it is about setting those boundaries, and that's a complicated,
More parenting advice
relationship.
is available if you
Complicated
wish.
answer.
I won't charge too much if you want further parenting advice. I've worked with children for a long time as well, Jack. So as somebody
Parenting
who's
between the
worked with
lines.
yeah. As someone who's worked with children as well, again, it's a different setting, right? You're looking after other people's children, so then again, you have to have that respect, but care. I care for you, but you also got to respect me. So I think it is that very much having to have that sort of line. Martin wouldn't cross me either. Yeah, not many people do. They don't come out alive anyway.
What's the scoreline for tomorrow, Mia? And also give your lovely channel a plug, please.
Do you know what? My heart is saying we're going to win 3-2, but my head is saying 2-2. I can't decide. This match, I'm really undecided because I'm like...
Do you know what, Mia? I'd take either or. I'd take either or. I'll be happy.
Yeah, no, I would. But my heart, there's something in my heart that I'm a bit like, we can do this, like we can. And it's just me being on the happy clapper train because I'm confident at the moment because we just play the Tottenham way and everything's just so good at the minute. So I would like to get a win under our belt against them lot because that would absolutely send them packing back up to Liverpool, crying their eyes out, which I would love nothing more, to be honest.
And they'd have a very long journey to reflect as well, which would be even more punishable. Absolutely. But me, like I said, I'll be happy with either or. I think, a draw, I'd still be happy with, Look, even if we don't get the result, I've enjoyed myself remaining unbeaten for the first 6 games of the season.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
That's it. That's the thing. Like, we'll be unbeaten still, and those happy vibes continue, right? And that's even if we, Joe, what, Dave? I'm a bit like what Dermot said. I think even if we lose, I feel like we have to say, Joe, what, we're going to have an up and down season. It is what it is. I would take it and say, listen, Liverpool are a good team. And I would accept it and say, Joe, what, we still played our way, though. We didn't back down. We're not going to ever back down, and we're not going to stop. So that's the one thing I know. Those players won't give up until the end. They're not going to slump down and be like, oh, we're getting beaten. And I think that's important because he said it's more, at the moment, it's more about the performances than the results. So that's what we want to see. We want to see that performance from them. And I'll be proud of the boys regardless because I know they're going to give it their all. At the minute, they're giving it their all every single game. So
absolutely. And look, it's all you can ask for, right? You just ask that everyone goes out there and give it their all. Absolutely.
We always say that, don't we? We always say it's about wanting to play for that badge on the front of your shirt. It's not about the name on the back, it's about the badge. And if they are loving playing for the badge, and that's what you want to see from your players, giving 100% and giving a damn, And when Sonny shushed those Arsenal fans, oh my God, I was like, I just made me love him even more. And I was like, yes, I absolutely loved that, And that's what he's doing. He's showing his passion. More shushing. That's what
he's
I'm
doing
saying.
It for every single Spurs fan out there when he does that, But Mia, absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Great call. Spurs Between the Lines, everybody. Make sure you get over and subscribe. I don't know if Jack, did you let me plug the channel or?
No, I think she was given a very detailed score prediction for us, and you were given some good questions for her at the end there. Everybody, check out Mia's channel, please. I did a preview with her. Her Liverpool preview does feature myself. If you do want to listen to me blabber on about this match and kind of give our sort of anxieties as well as sort of different sort of talking points ahead of this Liverpool game. And Mia, other than that preview, anything else that's coming up?
I actually do a video for the press conference. If you want to know everything that he has said, you can go and watch that I did. I put all the questions, I read out all the questions for everybody, and had a little talk about them. And then I'd like to know your opinions in the comments because Joe, what I like having good discussions. Well, I always say this, it sounds really cheesy, but for me, it's about having good discussions. If we disagree, I disagree with people. And I like it because it's nice to have that disagreement, but respectfully, and have those conversations because everybody's got a different point of view. People see things differently. And I like that. So come over, have good conversations at Spurs Between the Lines.
Love it.
Big
Thank
up,
you, Mia.
Thank
No
you,
worries.
Mia.
Thanks very much, boys.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks a lot.
Sit
Bye.
back, feet up, bottle of wine. Come on, you Spurs.
No, I
Come on,
don't.
you Spurs.
I don't drink, so it'll be a cup of tea and watching something with the kids. That's it.
Do you know what?
Normally
Do you know what?
Friday.
Treat yourself to 2 chocolate digestives with it.
Chocolate digestives, yuck. It's got to be chocolate hobnobs. They're the
They'll
best.
do either. I'm not pussy.
Right. And make sure you smash the like for Dave and Jack as well, guys.
Thanks, Mia. Thanks,
See you, Mia.
Mia.
Thank you very
Right,
much.
Have a good one.
See you.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
And you bye.
Everyone, make sure you get out, check out Spurs Between the Lines, check out that video between Jack and Mia. Absolute cracker. Absolute cracker. And big up everybody still in here with us. We still have Just a Harmless Potato, Coover's
Nice
joined,
one.
Ribsy here and in the back. Absolute legend. Iceman, K, Spurs, GCTV still here. Big up Mark Cook, King Huddle, Coover, James is still with us. Absolute legends. Bobby K as well. Big up, my man. So big up everyone. J Mac, Oliver as well. Welcome, Oliver. Great to see you. Martin still here. Thought Martin had dinner to go to. I think he must have sacked it off.
He came back from dinner, Dave. He came back from dinner.
Right.
He's apologizing for being late.
An early dinner.
Yeah, and I was saying, you don't want to make the missus mad because of us, Don't want to make the missus mad because of us. So Martin did the right thing, made the missus happy first, then he made us happy by joining. Well done, Martin.
I might try that, an early dinner on a Friday. Sounds interesting. We'd be bed early, well prepared for tomorrow for sure.
Man.
But look, let's keep this moving. Let's keep it on the road. Shawnee been very patient in the back end.
Yes,
one and only Mr. Maddox. Let's get him
Come
on.
on.
Let's hear what he has to say. Big up, Shawnee. How you keeping, sir?
I'm doing well. I've been distracted with the new FIFA. I've just been trying to pack Harvey White, and I can't find him in those bronze packs. Not on the market.
You're going extra deep.
I found Dane Scarlett, but I can't quite find a Harvey White yet. So got to keep digging a little bit. But again, it's nice to see Spurs getting some respect. Madison, Player of the Month. I mean,
did you get the card?
Of course.
Is it good?
The free kicks are unreal.
I need to get
nice
on
one.
it.
So again, it's nice to see some respect on this Spurs team, because I feel like it just got overlooked a lot. Like Son is team of the week, well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to see that kind of EA and FIFA are giving some respect when the pundits are not.
Do you think in sort of the relative terms of when people look at Spurs and think about Spurs right now, do you feel like there is more of a general respect maybe with how we've been playing this season, how we look in terms of the future and everything like that? Do you feel like, I don't know, like under Conte and under Mourinho, we were, even when we were playing well, we were sort of hated. And I think that's because of them as managers, but also because we're Spurs. But now under Ange, do you think maybe the general feeling towards Spurs is, even if they still hate us, they sort of maybe respect us more now?
I think that the ability to grind out those close games has kind of shifted the perspective, as people don't want to play us, as they're like, that Spurs team is not giving up. Once you put Son in the middle, you start scoring. Again, I think teams are more respectful in terms of how they play against us. They're not ready, which will make it a little harder if they sit in a little deeper, aren't quite ready to push as hard. But again, I think a lot of it also just comes down to how likable Ange is.
Yeah.
No fans are out there being like, or of the Prem generally are like, oh, I hate Ange. They're like, oh no, he's good, good bloke.
Where I'm kind of coming from that too, Sean, is that it feels like now I'm hearing fans on sort of Talk Sport and everything sort of mention like, oh, well, look what Ange has done, in like 6 games, look what he's done with 1 preseason, look how far we are under this manager and he hasn't been able to do this, or look at how little, Spurs have spent this summer, all they did was bring this guy and this guy, look where their team is, look how young their whole squad is, all these sort of kind of references, and we weren't really getting those. I think a few years ago.
A few years ago, I feel like the decision making was not necessarily deserving at times of as much of the praise. Again, there have been hints of, oh, that's a smart buy, but then Conte wouldn't play
the smart buy,
like,
or
with the smart buy, or like Mourinho wouldn't play that smart buy because they were too young or inexperienced, and it's kind of more of a, okay, well, what's the point of buying them to sit on the bench and never play?
Definitely. And then in
What-
terms of this, or yeah, Dave, sorry.
I was going to say one player that sort of, has been around, but other managers overlooked, sort of loaned them out, is Gil Messi. Returns to training, of course, this week. Do you think that Ange would use him? Like you said, Ange has used players that Tottenham have bought, and he's used them well. Could he do the same with Gil Messi? And is this the time for him to thrive?
I mean, if Gil Messi is gonna thrive at any point at Spurs, this is the right system. With Perisic out, you have more of an opening for him to get some minutes off the bench. And again, I think it's this style of play suits his technical kind of attacking focus. Where again, I still have not seen maybe him put on quite as much of the physicality. I mean, if he could get more physical, kind of like a Sarr type player, because again, he and Sarr are similar size wise, but Sarr's been hitting the gym a little bit more.
Let me ask you on that, Sean. Is that down to him needing to be in the gym and put on more weight, or is that down to maybe a mentality and an attitude where, because I was quite a small player, right? And for a period of time when I was younger, I was a bit timid, but all of a sudden, without really hitting the gym, I just had a mindset change, and it made me automatically a more aggressive player. So does that strength does that have to be sort of a mentality switch, or is that in the gym based, in your opinion?
I mean, I think he just gets pushed off the ball a little too easily. And I think a little bit of that comes down to not quite having the physicality. Because when we have seen him, when he was playing a little bit under Conte, you saw kind of the aggression, the willingness to press. But he just was kind of getting bumped off a little bit. And again, he doesn't have to get massive. Like Modric, similar, is not a massive player, but he has that physicality that again, I think Gil Messi needs to develop if he really wants to kind of get to the next level.
Yeah, I agree. Because look, when I look at Gil, right, it's sort of like there's only so much muscle that a guy like him with his body type and body shape can put on anyway, without it really affecting his agility, without it really affecting his movement and stuff like that. And if you go down that route where you make him too muscular in the gym and he loses that, does that then sort of affect his game and stuff like that? So it's a very, very tricky one. But I think he's very similar to Luka Modric in terms of body type and stuff like that. And I think maybe maybe a bit more muscle, also maybe a bit more of a change in mentality when looking to go in for the ball, with belief that maybe he can go in there and upset the apple cart. Good discussion, though. I enjoyed that one on Gil.
I did as well. And I kind of have also some thoughts maybe on another sort of, kind of player up front, maybe ahead of this game. Sean, do you stick with Sonny up front? Do you go with Richarlison, like Dave mentioned, who, has played against Liverpool plenty of times and, has probably done well against them, I imagine, on maybe a couple of occasions? Or do you kind of just not break the flow of Sonny up top?
I mean, again, I think a lot of it goes down to kind of where you are on Solomon more than anything else.
Okay.
As with Johnson out, again, we don't really have him as the option kind of on that left wing. Richarlison's just not a winger. We've tried and it just has not been quite as effective. So if you're sticking with that 4-3-3, then there might be an argument to be, let's put Sonny on the left wing, let's put Richarlison center, and just tell Son, feel free to cut inside as you see fit. Because you can kind of play a little dynamic of, hey, Son, at times push forward almost as if you're more of a second striker, and tell Richarlison to be like, hey, leave some space for Son to fill in too, and play something a little more dynamic, which again, I think what we've seen under Ange is he's more willing to allow the players to roam a little more free as long as they're covering their defensive responsibilities.
So should I be going on my run with a Sonny shirt or a Richie shirt tomorrow?
I'd probably still put the Sonny shirt on because I mean you're gonna play him at striker or left wing, regardless. And again, Richie's still finding a bit of form. Although even if you don't start him, he's a great option off the bench in a physical side. Where again, I think this Liverpool defense with, I mean, I don't know if Van Dijk is healthy right now, but you have Van Dijk, I think Konate, you have some physical guys where you might want like Richie and tell him into these guys, put a body on them, and just put them under some pressure. Because again, even if he just goes there, starts putting a body on them, that might free Son and Richie up, or not Richie, Decky up just a little bit more. So I think potentially that physicality, because again, I think that's the one thing this Liverpool team maybe struggles with a little bit more, which is why I think Bissouma is going to be massive in that midfield. Because again, I think Liverpool probably outgun us a little bit in terms of offensive threats, but I think we have a more balanced midfield, and I think Bissouma can go in there and just start bodying guys off the ball and just be like, oh no, cutting things out before they become a problem.
How does our midfield? Yeah, sorry, Dave.
No, go on, Jacko.
How does our midfield stack upon there? Stack against theirs. Szoboszlai I really rate, McAllister I really rate, but they don't exactly have a Bissouma in their team. Madison is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League the way he's been playing. So how does our midfield stack against theirs?
Part of the issue is I think Liverpool's a bit top heavy in that midfield. There's a lot of threats going forward, but they don't have that Fabinho-esque player when Fabinho was in his prime. That was kind of doing the Bissouma job of, okay, everyone push forward and I'm going to break up play so teams are not countering so we can win it up a little bit higher. And I just don't see that currently out of their midfield. Again, I think with Szoboszlai, you have someone who's very capable of pushing that ball forward. But whether or not he's capable of stopping Bissouma from running through, I think is a different question. And I just don't see quite as much of that. So again, I think Bissouma will be massive. And then a lot of it, I think, will maybe come down to how well Sarr's playing on the day, as he's still a little inconsistent. I feel like there are certain games where he's absolutely bossing it, and there are other times where he seems to go missing in that game a little bit.
What I would say on that though, Shawnee, is Sarr has saved his best performances for the two biggest games this season in Man United and Arsenal. Do you think we could see see him raise his game again for tomorrow? Because I agree with you.
I think
three midfielders, he's going to be crucial.
Yeah, no, I think Sarr has it in him, and from what we've seen, like in some of the biggest moments, he comes to play. Again, a lot of it's really just, if he's not on his game, I think we'll struggle a little bit to kind of win that midfield. And part of it is just because we don't have a great midfield option off the bench at kind of the same caliber of Sarr when he's on his game, until kind of Bentancur is healthy. And we have kind of another kind of bossing player in midfield who can do the role outside of essentially that, because Madison's locked that cam down, but you need kind of two guys next to him to facilitate.
Yeah, 100% you do. 100% you do. But look, I would say Madison, he surprised me in his work rate off the ball. He does get stuck in. He does have that side of the game too, in which he surprised me about. But look, what's your score prediction for tomorrow, Shawnee?
I think it's going to be a bit of a high-scoring game. I'm going 3-2 Spurs. Again, I think the defenses on both sides are going to struggle a little bit, and I think it will come down to being clinical, because there's going to be a lot of chances in this game. And again, I think we got to end that hoodoo against Liverpool, as the last few times we've played them, we've deserved at least a draw. And
Yeah.
We've been unlucky in moments or had just a few short lapses. But again, I think this Spurs defense and the teams Ange put together is more resilient. They're more switched on in that final 15 minutes. Again, I don't think we've had a game this season where it's looked like, oh, we're making massive errors at the end of the game. They look more solid as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which I think will be massive, is because again, we've shown kind of that we can get at Liverpool, but it's really like, okay, but can we then hold on to what we have in that last 10 minutes? Because again, if we're up 1-0 or a goal, Liverpool's going to start pushing forward, and we need those guys to stay switched on to make that block or interception, and then that leaves maybe some space for a counterattack and be like, okay, we got this ball,
Definitely.
and then send it down the other way.
You're
I hope so.
absolutely spot on there. I remember, what was it, under Jose Mourinho, top of league, what was it, 1-1, 2-2 or something like that, and a last minute sort of goal from Liverpool ended up winning that and derailing our season. So I think you're absolutely spot on. We have to stay switched on until the last kick of the ball tomorrow, and only then is when we can celebrate. But Shawnee, big up, my man. Really appreciate your time this evening, and we'll let you back off to enjoy FIFA, which I'll be playing later on, my man.
Sounds good. At some point, Dave, we need to get a game.
Definitely.
We do. Put your ad in here into the comment section. I'll copy and paste it, and I'll find you, my man.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice one, Shawnee. Have a good night.
Big up, Shawnee. Really appreciate that. If you're free Sunday, I'll play you Sunday.
Okay, sounds good.
Right,
Good man.
let's get it on. Big up,
Good
Shawnee.
man.
See you soon, my man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Everyone, big up Sean in the comments. What a guy. What an absolute legend. Really enjoyed Shawnee, actually. Very methodical thinker. Really
Smart.
thinks through things. Very intelligent guy. Really like Shawnee. Big up, my man. I should be scared going into FIFA then if he's that, intelligent and methodical. He's probably thought about all the tactics and everything.
He's already thinking about how to break you down, Dave. But Sonny's wife is in the house. Good to see you. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much, Sonny's wife. Keep him distracted. Find a way to take his mind off of things. Want him well rested. We want him feeling good for tomorrow. If you want to throw in a comment, feel free to do so. We'll be happy to put it up there and have a chat about it. But if it's just just throwing in for some support, really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, Sonny's wife.
Really do appreciate it. Really do. And everyone, why not do what Sonny's wife has done? If you are enjoying the stream, or you do enjoy all the content that myself and Jack do put out there, the members will vouch for us. The amount of members-only content we pump up, their interaction, stuff like that. So why not grab one of them and become a massive part of the community and everything we're trying to do here going forward. We're only going to get better and better. And or feel free to grab a super sticker or a super chat. Just a great way to support your boys on their journey, navigating the way through the YouTube scene. But look, let's keep it moving. We have got the one and only Ribsy next. Special call from down under. Let's get him on. Let's hear what he has to say. Big up, Ribsy. How you keeping, my man?
Nice and early.
Not bad, guys. Yourselves? Having
Not
a good
bad.
one? Been enjoying it so far?
What time is it over there?
Oh, it's early, man. It's like just about 5 a.m. now.
You going to bed? Are you just awake or going to bed?
Yeah, I just woke up. I've got a lot of stuff to do today. So I got up early and saw you guys were doing this. So I thought, I'll jump on and do that first before do some other things. So big match. I'm a little bit tight in the shoulders like I was last week with, and I sort of said to myself last week that out of these two next games, if we get 1 point out of these two matches, I'm going to be pretty satisfied. So I'm going to, even though now I don't feel the same way, I'm like, we could definitely get at least 2 points out of these games. I'm trying to remind myself that I said 1 point out of these two games last week. But yeah.
Well, Dave was earlier kind of sort of saying like Spurs fans need to sort of get behind themselves, like, feel confident, feel good about it. Do you kind of agree with what he's saying there? Like there's no shame in it.
Oh, absolutely not. No. I mean, I guess I'm just trying to rationalize the fact that this could very easily be a loss, and I do know that Spurs fans and just football media in general they do tend to start talking about Spurs when we get a decent streak going, and then they love to just kick us in the guts as soon as we get that loss. So, it's something that we just got to be aware might be coming, and not just completely
high five and
fall
a
in a
punch
heap.
underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah, completely agree.
I mean, we're gonna lose at some point, right? So
yeah.
I asked Mia, because this is a team where I feel like calling them a bogey team is a bit interesting, because are they really a bogey team if you're sort of cursed, where it's not exactly the case that you really play all that bad against them? You just seem to always lose or not get the result that you probably deserve for whatever reason, VAR, your own luck, maybe your own mistakes, despite playing pretty well for the majority of the game. How do we break the hoodoo? Is there a way to break a curse against a team?
Yeah, well, there's a certain aspect of it where I just feel as though the players on the field need to just not accept the fact that they're being outplayed, or that the referee's not letting things go their way. I mean, I actually really quite, even though we got a lot of yellows against Arsenal, the referee performance in that game, I've watched it back a couple of times, and it actually just makes me madder watching it again, because I sort of know what's coming, and it gets even worse, because you're like, how could that possibly have gone like that? But I respect the players, without being complete jerks about it. They really let the ref know that he was doing a terrible fucking job, and I mean, it's worth a couple of yellows, I think. So I don't know whether that's how much of that you can really control, but
is that something to worry about for this game, given Liverpool get a lot of the calls? And again, something we have to just be aware of as fans, or I don't know. I don't know what you do about it.
No. I sorry. What was that, David?
Oh, it'll be interesting to see if we get the rub of the green in the home decisions, just like Arsenal did last week. I just don't want the referees to decide the game, but I was also going to throw in on top of that, Ribsy. I don't know if you've been watching Talk Sport and the conversation around referees and how fans should be approaching it, led by Michael Jordan, a bit more respect, this, that, and the other. I'm one of them, though. You earn respect through your actions. If they're calling things wrong, what do you want me to do? Just, you don't pluck up respect from them. What do you think about the conversations around referees in general?
Well, I mean, like anybody, there's nobody who deserves being abused in the workplace, right? And it's their job, and they, there's ways of criticizing, and they have to be able to be criticized without it being abuse. And at the end of the day, the fans don't get a whole lot of back and forth between the officiating and basically what they get to say. So I understand what people are saying. Like you can't have people threatening people while they're doing their job and that sort of thing. So that's fine. I totally appreciate that.
What about a referee's a banker or stuff like that from the stands? Is that acceptable?
Well, that's what my point is that that's the only channel of complaint that the fans really have is to let themselves be heard. So I've said it before. I mean, I'm a rugby fan as well, and having microphones on the ref is a wonderful way to create some even if it's just an illusion of back and forth between the fans and the officials, because when the officials make a decision and they know that it's getting a little bit controversial, with one sentence they explain their reasoning. They go, well, there was no force in that and it was accidental, so blah, and they'll just say something like that. And even if you disagree with him, you then as a fan you go, well, that's what he thinks. Okay, well, at least I understand where he's coming from. And it totally changes we don't hodl. No, we're not going to talk about the Wallabies. We're talking about Spurs here, right? It's not a good idea to talk about the Wallabies right now. But my point is that a lot of those officials in rugby, before we had the microphones, it was a very similar sort of opinion on referees. You're like, this guy has no idea what he's doing, and he only loves the sound of his own whistle and his own voice, and he's a little prima donna prancing around out there with the real athletes. And ever since you heard them, you go, oh, okay, well, he's just a guy doing his job and he's doing his best, and it really changed it. And I don't know why the referees in the Premier League are so against it. Probably because they know they're going to get a big boo when they make a bad decision. But I mean, they get a big boo anyway. So It's
Yeah.
it's
I
going to
just
be
think
interesting.
I just think there's too many people trying to protect each other in that refereeing community and all this whole with the whole
Yep.
VAR. They spend too much money on it to backtrack to say it doesn't work, and I'm absolutely fed up with it. And until they just own up to what they're doing wrong and start investing more money to make them, become a bit more elite, well then. They have to expect, the backlash from the fans at the end of the day. When I'm sitting here watching a game of football, I'm pulling my hair out, our decision's not given. And then I go and sit down watching Match of the Day to relax. And again, I watch a decision that wasn't given to us, given to someone else. I mean, I can't relax when the state of refereeing is that bad. It's absolutely infuriating. But also, I need you to DM me on Twitter. I need to ask you about what's going on with the Australian rugby team at the minute. But Ribsy, we have a couple of super chats here, and one of them is for you. So let's help us get through them.
Right.
Martin Knightsbridge says, you guys put out great content. Keep up the amazing work. Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you, Martin.
Jacko, do you concur at night? And do we put out good content?
I'd like to think so, Martin, but it's very kind of you to send this in. And also, after you just had a lovely evening, I imagine, with the missus as well. Appreciate you spending part of it with us on a Friday evening. And yeah, Martin, appreciate you supporting us, and look forward to spending more evenings with you throughout the season. Looking forward to tomorrow with the big Liverpool game. There's so many different channels that you could obviously spend it with, but glad that you spend it with us. Big up to you, Martin, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Thanks for, again, spending it with us, and hopefully the missus is okay.
Big up, Martin. Really appreciate the kind words, brother. Absolute legend. Let me know what you had for dessert, though. That's the pass it in. Also, maybe main course as well. Go on, tease me, Martin. I'm here for it, brother. We've got Wolves F1 says Ange Ball is on fire. Spurs 3-1. Do you agree with that? Do you concur, Ribsy?
3-1.
3-1? Man, I mean, look, if we get 3-1, I'll be over the moon. I'll actually be saying we're going to win the league if that happens. It'll still be wrong, and it'll still be way premature to say that, but I'll go from, hey, we're playing really good and I'm enjoying it, to no, I'm fully sold, drink the Kool-Aid,
Like you said earlier, like you're trying not to lose yourself. You will lose yourself with a 3-1.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, delusion. Like Dermatron said, he wants to be delusional. Dermatron said, what's wrong with being delusional? I think that's what Ribsy is going to do with the 3-1.
That's it.
That was a classic. What about Ange Ball, though? Where does it rank for you in terms of other football that's on display in this great league that we watch?
Oh man, I mean, it's just good to watch. Like it's if you want to rank it in terms of, okay, well, let's talk about Liverpool, right? I was reading an article just yesterday, I think, where they were talking about how similar the football is that Liverpool are playing this season to Ange Ball. There's really not a huge amount of difference. The difference we're seeing in terms of results maybe is their XG off free kicks and their XG off counter attacks, believe it or not, is better than ours. I wouldn't be surprised if they really punish us on free kicks. If we're giving away those fouls in dangerous areas, it's hard to say. They are really good at drawing a foul and getting the referee's attention. So that's something we might see, and we might go down to something like that. But in terms of where Ange Ball is in terms like tactically versus other teams in the league, man, it's still early days. We're playing good football. We are grabbing a lot of wins from losing positions, which is, can either be a really positive thing, and you can go, oh, look, they're really tenacious and they don't give up and they fight back. It's like, yeah, but the other argument is, why are we getting in these losing positions? Is it a tactical problem? And where does it, you can go down the rabbit hole trying to like pull that all apart. Unfortunately, we just need to see more football to see whether we're really good or whether we're just really stubborn or really lucky, So, and if we do really well, being really lucky or being really stubborn, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm not one of those people who are like, no, we have to be fantastic tactically as well. It's like, well, whatever. If we've got the players on board and they're willing to go out there and bust heads and bust their own guts to try and win the match, then fine. That's maybe you don't need tactics. Maybe if the players are willing to do that. So You know, I don't care. The results, let's get them.
Look, it'd be interesting to see whether it's here to stay or not, because I think the argument would be, you know, we've had manager bounces before under likes of Nuno, you know, Conte, the first half season he was in charge, manager bounce, then fell to pot. So it'd be very interesting to see if we can maintain this and keep this going. And hopefully the longer we do, we see more and more people getting on the train. Although I would say it's pretty full already. There's not much space left. We'll have to start strapping them to the roof soon. But Jack, I'll take it away. Our boy from New Zealand, Rob Wallace.
Said Big Ribsy getting ready for Santa duties at Christmas. Can we have an early present with a nice win versus Liverpool, please, Ribsy? Big up, Dave and Jack. I think your hairline is looking very sharp, Ribsy. Did you get a haircut recently? Yeah, your beard and everything. You're looking fresh.
No, I just sort of touch it up. I do need to go back to the barber again, but yeah, no, I went to a wedding a month or so ago, and it's still like the growing out from the wedding haircut. So yeah, it was probably a better one than I usually get. So
you have a good part, you know, on the side, and the beard is looking very full. So Rob, I think he could go for. Did I say something wrong? Is the beard is supposed to?
No, it's just it's an Australian thing, guys. Just don't.
Dave, I mean, come on, we have the thinnest beards in the game. You know, we got it. We're very scruffy in comparison. But Rob Wallace, I like Ribsy's hair right now. I must be honest. You know, I'm jealous of the Santa duties that he might have to perform for us. You know, versus Liverpool. But big up to you, Rob. Hopefully, you're keeping well this weekend.
Yeah, look, big up, Rob. First of all, everyone in the chat, you know, give Ribsy a compliment on the haircut. It's absolutely cracking, by the way. But you know, the compliment that Jack just gave you. If my missus said that to me every morning, I mean, I'd be the most happiest man on the planet. But big up, Rob. Hopefully, life is treating you well down in New Zealand. You know, date with Destiny soon against our soccer team in a friendly at the Viva. I shall be there. Also, maybe potentially in the rugby. Who knows? Rob, let me know if you're following the World Cup. But great to see you in the building. And look, it'd be nice to deliver a win against Liverpool. It really would. I just don't want the referee to have a say in this game. I just want him to be the silent man in the middle and just let the football teams get on with it, because I think they've been jealous for many years, and that bitterness is shining through now, where they want to be the ones on the back pages, this, that, and the other. It's pissing me off. I just getting fed up with them. I'm losing all respect for them. But look, hopefully we can get that win tomorrow. Rob Wallace, it's been long overdue. And look, over here, a lot of my friends are Liverpool fans. If we do not win, I have to go into hiding. So you might not see me for a few weeks, but just know I will be okay. I just don't want their dirty scouse pores or getting on me. That's all it is, my man. But big up, Rob. I'll come out for the Rugby World Cup final.
Good man, Rob. Hopefully you have a good rest of your weekend. Last question for you, Ribsy. You know, we earlier had a super chat. Big up to Wolves Finland, you know, with the 3-1 prediction. But is that really your prediction? I mean, what's really in your heart? What do you actually feel? What's really happening tomorrow?
Well, it's not going to be a clean sheet. I'll put it that way. 3-2, maybe, if we're lucky. Well, and if we play well and all the other things. The fans will be a factor. Look, I'll be over the moon.
Are we going to score first? Who's scoring first?
Well, you look at how we've been playing this season in terms of getting the first point on. It's unlikely. It's probable that we'll go down again. It seems to fire us up though. So I honestly don't know, Jack. I want to get excited and say that we're gonna thump a couple in the first half, but I don't know. If we come out of this, look, my honest prediction would be something like 2-2. I think that would be a fair result for us, and honestly, they'd probably be fairly happy with it as well. I think. But
Dave hates the
if we can win
though.
This, what's that? Sorry.
Dave's been hating the Desmond 2-2 prediction.
Well, forget it then. No, it's going to be, I don't know, 4-3. There you go. 4-3 to Spurs. And we're going to score twice in injury time. There you go.
Sorry I had to force you to change your answer, but it's just not.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to. No. Like, I'm not going to be offended if if it doesn't come out that way. I'd be very happy if it's 4-3 and we win. So
absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Well, Ribsy, you've had a great start to your day. My man, Go and have a great end to your day. Go and enjoy it, brother. Have
Best
a
of
good
luck
one.
with the rest of the work.
Cheers, guys.
Make sure you get the
Thanks.
beers in
Rest of your
nice and
morning.
early for the game this evening.
Good man.
Will
Good
do.
man, Ribsy.
Will do.
See ya.
See you,
yous.
Ribsy. Have a good one, my man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Really strong hair there from Ribsy, Jack. I'm quite jealous. Really strong hair there.
I've never looked that good at 5 a.m. I've never looked
No.
that good at 5 a.m. Honestly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You know, he's doing something right over there. He's definitely doing something right. As is Martin Nightbridge earlier this evening with the missus, had a Thai fish cake, a lamb shank, a chocolate cheesecake, sitting in Spanish evening sunshine, then back home for you two. Big up to you, Martin. Absolutely love it, my friend. Spanish evening as well. So it's just terrific. I mean, I'm jealous in every single way. A Thai fish cake, that sounds lovely. I do enjoy a bit of Thai food, and I imagine that's something I probably have tried before, but I can't really put a real picture to it. Lamb shank, who wouldn't want that? And a chocolate cheesecake to finish it all off. I think Dave and I would be absolutely devouring that one. Big up to you, Martin.
Might even end up feeding each other if it's after a Liverpool win, Jacko. But no, absolutely, that lamb shank, my man, absolutely all over it. Please tell me it just fell off the bone, melting them out. You know, obviously you had to have a nice sort of jus, or maybe a red wine jus, or a nice gravy with it, my man. Absolutely all over that. Big yourself up, brother. Hopefully we haven't ruined it and making you get sick, you know, throwing it back up, coming back to us too. But big up, Martin, man. Really appreciate it. And then the Owlad says, I don't understand how VAR can't make a decision. The season it was brought in was to see incidents the ref couldn't. So throwing a decision back to the ref doesn't make sense. It's so stupid. And this is my problem with it, Dad. You know, the fact that it was brought in to sort of make decisions more consistently across the board. But it just seems to be the most talked about every single weekend. It's not the football. It's not some of the great goals that we see on display. It's all about what the referee has done wrong. And I'm absolutely just fed up with it. It was brought in to make wrong decisions correct, but yet you're still throwing it back to human interpretation. It's just so annoying. It's exactly what you're saying. It's just winding me up at this point. Look, I get that referees have a tough job and the game does need referees. Let's be honest about it. But we need competent referees. That's what we need. But big up that. Let me know if you've had a sneaky takeaway or something today either as well. You know, but big yourself up. But look, let's keep moving, Jacko. Who we got next? Who's on the rise?
Coover's in the line. Coover's on the line.
99. Every time I see Coover 99, I think of the ice creams. You know, the 99 ice creams. It's the 99 part. I just lose it when I hear that the 99 part, because that's the flake.
You know what he's talking about, Coover?
Absolutely. But,
ice cream on the
yeah, you're calling me a flake. That's what it is.
No, do you know what it is? I see the 99 and I just picture the chocolate flake coming out the top of my ice cream.
Hopefully frosted, though. Maybe a frosted
enough,
flake
fair
at
enough.
least.
Yeah, you talked about Ribsy's great hair game and beard game. I'm going to lower that tone a bit with mine. So I'm doing my usual superstition. If we're on an unbeaten run, I neither brush nor cut my hair. I'm just going to keep it going. So this time next season, I want to be looking like sort of, you know, the next coming of Jesus. So
Jacob. You can look like Jacob.
Absolutely.
Exactly. We'll all be looking as good as
Jacob. Yeah, I was Ribsy, top bloke anyway. I really always enjoyed talking with him. I had to disagree on something about shouldn't have to endure abuse in the workplace. I think it's different with football. For me, I'm old school. If their team isn't doing well, give them help. Let them know it matters. I'm really sorry. I'll just
no. I'll carry your point for a sec. Or no. Yeah. I was gonna say, Dave, you absolutely. You know, it's all part of maybe even being a football fan. Really, it's kind of what you sign up for. I mean, you sign up for the good times and you sign up for the bad times. Really, it's kind of goes both ways for a reason. You can't just deal the abuse and then you can't receive it as well. And Spurs fans, I think, have a unique skill in being able to do both at once. we can deal it when we are in our highs, and we can definitely take it when we're at our lows, because we know how to take it. We've always had some bad lows.
Let's be real, right? Anyone that has a job in football is making an absolute killing out of the game, right? Football players, managers, referees, right? They're all taking, over 100 grand salaries out of football. the reason why they're paid so well is because they're in the public eye and they have to deal with it. So they're compensated for it. Does it make it right? Of course not. But let's deal with the elephant in the room. They are compensated for it. So, in my opinion, if they're willing to sign on a dotted line, they should know, what comes down the line. You don't send a car mechanic to train to be a car mechanic, and then he comes out of it going, fuck me, I thought I was going to fix trains. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. They know what they're putting themselves in for. They know what the career path sort of, it involves. So just get on with it. And at the end of the day, that should inspire them to be a better referee. I'm sick of it. What do you want me to do? Sit down and say, oh, thank you very much. I know you've tried. You've come to the wrong decision. You've been shit all game, but next one. No, I'm sorry. It's competitive elite level sport. 3 points are on the line. The difference between European football, no European football, difference between ruining your momentum for a season and keeping it going. So if they want to be a part of it and they want to keep their 6-figure salary, come to the right decision. It's not hard. They've got 5,000 cameras around the place. They've got, more referees in and around the stadium than they've ever had before. What do they want? What do they want? A helicopter flying above. You know what I mean? It's an absolute joke. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. But sorry, Coover, back to you, my man. I agree with you on
No,
that.
I was enjoying that. Keep going, mate.
That's what I was trying to say. I just agree with you on the referee part. I just sick of them.
Yeah, it's well, I think we've gone backwards using VAR. It's taken so much out of the game now. And it's at the end of the day, it's still not producing correct decisions, is it? The technology is all well and good, but if you've still got a person interpreting what they're seeing, then it's going to go wrong still. So I'm all for just going back to the old days with just have good referees. Sometimes you'd have a ref having a shocker, just like players. It doesn't always go to plan. You get some incorrect decisions, but I was okay with that. Keep the game flowing, keep it enjoyable. And when the ball does get hit the back of the net, you can actually cheer rather than having to stare at this VAR screen. Is it going to stand? I hate all of that. Old school stuff. That's what it's all about for me. And be quite prepared to see players get kicked up in the air as well, because I love some of that too. So
it's already happening when Romero's back there.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Back the game tomorrow, though. I am so buzzing for this, even more than the North London derby.
Confident then.
I just love the games when we play Liverpool. They're always incident packed. They're always good games of football. You can't tell which way it's going to go. We are so unlucky against them, though, over the course of time.
Yes,
I think we're due a little bit of that luck tomorrow. And I'm thinking, you look on paper, they've probably got they've got a stronger team than us. They've been together for longer. A lot of those units, the defense and attack in particular, is really looking. Their attack's amazing, isn't it? Like adding into the midfield, that's your new Coutinho for them. They've lost some of that defensive solidity, but they've gained that loss with all the attack. They're absolutely fantastic to watch. I think it's going to get a game full of goals, end-to-end action. I'm just hoping it goes into stoppage time, where both sets of fans again biting nails. You don't know how it's going to go.
I was unreal last week, by the way. I haven't had that feeling in some time,
Yeah. But I mean, right now, it's all about us. I'm so confident with every game. For me, don't worry about using logic. Don't worry about using statistics to back up your argument about what you're saying. Go with how you feel about the team. For me, it feels like we're reliving the Rocky story. Started off well under Pochettino, beating world championship and things, coming out of nowhere, and then we got smacked down by Mr. T, and that's been the last few seasons. Now it feels every time we're playing, I'm hearing in the back of my head, I'm hearing that Eye of the Tiger. It's a bit of the Rocky montage going on with the underdogs. We're coming back, we're punching above our weight, and I just feel like bring on the world. I'm literally not scared of any team out there. I'm looking forward to all these big games with relish. I just think goals galore. Let's do them. If we don't do them, we go down fighting. Both teams at the end of this game tomorrow, I think, are going to be coming off the field shattered. They press with an intensity that's to be admired. We're looking to emulate that kind of attack, that kind of energy, and give it everything. I just think it's going to be an absolute classic tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to it. Already put my pang bet on 3 penalties, a sending off, and 7 goals. So it's
Well, what will you be a millionaire if that comes in?
I've not on a pound, I won't, mate.
But you know what? Though?
It's a bit of spice to it, though, doesn't it? When you could make a couple hundred off it, or that sort of thing.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. I mean, every little helps coming up to Christmas for sure, lad. But look, Coover, I agree with you, you know, especially about us, you know, just sitting back, enjoying it. It's what we've been wanting, right? It's what we've had all these discussions about. It's what, you know, it's where ultimately everyone, no matter what their opinion was, this is where they've wanted to get to. This is the end goal. This is where we want to be. So now that it's here, just sit back and enjoy it. And look, I agree with you also as well about going into these big games, enjoying them now. You know, I went into United enjoying it. I went into Arsenal absolutely loving it. And going into this week, absolutely loving it. Whereas before there was a bit of like, oh, look, you know, I hope we can do it, but, you know, there's a potential we could be embarrassed here. Whereas I think now going into it, I'm really, really enjoying it, Jacko.
Yeah, I really am enjoying every element of this so far. I've kind of gone into games a bit more carefree, a bit more kind of just shoulders relaxed, nowhere near as anxious about, you know, if a goal goes in this situation, is the game over? Feels like we can always get back into it. Feels like we're always going to be a threat for whatever team we come up against. And while I feel like Liverpool, yes, are a brilliant team, like Kuva has brought up there, I have a lot of confidence ahead of this game. And I don't feel like it's going to require some sort of ritual or some superstition or anything for me to, you know, get me confident into this team. It's just waking up and you just know what we're capable of. And we know that we're going to cause almost any team in the Premier League problems. Even if we don't win on the day, I do know we're going to cause most teams problems. And that's what I look forward to tomorrow. I do hope too that the crowd gets behind this team as well and kind of also sort of has this real sort of energy and just confidence in them, because if the players feel that confidence from the fans, I think they'll also put some more confidence in themselves, because they are going to need the player. They're going to need the fans, Kuba.
Yeah, absolutely. The fans play a big part, definitely. So it'll be nice to have a quick start for us for once, because neither of these teams tomorrow does that. That Liverpool seem to let the opposition score one before they get going, and we're pretty much the same, aren't we? Tend to get better as the game goes on. That's interesting in itself. But for me, I think the reason I think we got the ammunition to actually get a result, Liverpool's press, it's one of the ones that most other teams cannot live with. But we've got a Basuma, and Basuma doesn't get pressed. You're going to need to put 3 people on him to stop him. It's just and it's not just him, is it? I mean, Maddison's great on the half turn, getting away from his player. A doggy, one of the greatest, finest physical specimens we've signed in a long time. Mate Sarr as well. His engine, work rate, and up and down the pitch constantly. There's movement, there's pace in it, and I think if we're moving the ball quickly, players are getting into positions quickly, so there's always those passing options open. I think we can work our way around their press. You take that away from their team, they are wide open because they don't look good defensively. This is why I think it's going to be such a fascinating game, because there's surely going to be periods where they're on top, but I think there'll be periods when we are as well. It's going to be tit for tat, slugging it out, that sort of heavyweight boxer style with tactics out the window and pure excitement. I'm just so pumped for it. It's great feeling this way. I just love my team again. Absolutely love it.
That's good.
And it's right the way through the team. Even the players that, you know, you don't think were any good last season. You know, even Romero, people like Romero getting criticism, and you look at the way he's been playing generally this season. He's been great. Basuma is excelling the player we thought we were getting 2 seasons ago. Brighton fans have been saying that as well, that he's actually better than he was then. They're coming on leaps and bounds. Future's bright. I think this sort of kind of game, they just cannot come quick enough. I wish it was this kind of excitement every week. Not bothered about seeing the Sheffield Uniteds. Bring me Liverpool. Bring me Man City. Bring me Real Madrid next season. Let's have them all. Just test ourselves. It's what it's all about. Can't be scared of these big games. You've got to love them.
Yeah. Well, look, when you're playing this sort of football, right, you want to test yourself against the best, and you know that's the difference. You know, I think in years gone by, now we want these big games to come around, and we can go into them confident as well. And you know what? Something you said there about just, you know, back behind the team, happy and everything else. I mean, ultimately that's what Ange Postecoglou has done, right? A lot of people down the years have sort of, especially over the last like my 3 years of doing this stuff, you see a lot of people who had that initial enthusiasm, and then after sort of maybe with Jose Mourinho it was starting to wane off a little, and people were getting really upset with Tottenham Hotspur and maybe losing a little bit of the love they had for the club. But it's back, and that's the main thing. And Coover, I always said to you, one day it will be back, and when it's here,
Absolutely.
you'll enjoy it more, my man. But look,
Of
why don't
course,
you
yeah.
tell? Go on.
I'll just live for playing football this way.
Yeah.
People say you can't have exciting attacking football and win things. That's exactly what we're doing at the moment. We're unbeaten in the league, playing this brand of football. Long may it continue. This is what it's all about. This can be done. You don't have to be Man City to play great football and attack and win. We can do it. I'm absolutely convinced of it. Next few seasons, let's get that silver polish out. I'll just feel that way. I really do. The question then is going to, suppose we have Ange for 10 years. The question is really going to be, is the trophy cabinet big enough for what he needs?
Oh,
we might have to upgrade it. That's just how I feel about the team. I don't care if people point out stats to say I'm wrong. Just go with the heart, go with the emotions. That's what football's all about for me.
Break the cabinet.
Exactly. Football makes you feel good. Everything in life tends to be good. That's what I say. But Coover, why don't you tell everybody what's going on over here at Three Spurs Boys, my man?
Yeah, Saturday night, myself and my brilliant co-host Bobby Kay, we do a bit of football chat, but it's mostly about playing silly games and having a wind down to the end of a long week, where very adult orientated sort of show. So there's a lot of crudeness and silly jokes. It's kind of like being at the pub. We don't worry about the football content as much as we do as just enjoying the things, react to the people in the comment section and bounce off each other, having a bit of a laugh. It's all about relaxing, wind down, and stop taking everything so seriously each week. We got way too much like that last year, I think, and in previous seasons. Everybody's smiling now. Just want to keep it going and do what we do on our channel.
Exactly. And people do get over there, check it out, smash that subscribe button. I think I watched it. What was the last one I watched? Shawnee and Barry on it. Shawnee and Barry are on it. It was. You kept me entertained while I was up playing Football Manager. But big yourselves up. But Coover, we do have to let you go, my man. And then we've got Tyler last. Tyler, get your screen on because we do have to end off because Jack has somewhere to be at 9 o'clock. But Coover, big yourself up, my man.
Great call, Coover.
Great to have you back on. Great to see you happy, back smiling, back enjoying the football, back behind the team. It's wonderful to see, my man. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Oh, and 4-3. 4-3.
Nice one.
Love it.
4-3.
Before we let you go, give me a come on, we don't stop. Give me one of them.
We don't stop. Damn right we don't. Right, cheers, lads. Speak to you soon.
Nice one, Coover.
See you soon, my man. See you soon. Everyone, it's great to have Coover 99 back around. It's great to have him back behind the football, smiling and buzzing again. That's what life is about. Let's take this super chat from Soft. Jack, I think we'll bring on Tyler. We can all have a good conversation off the back of this one.
Take this one with us, Big T.
Get him on. Big up, Big T, my man. How are you keeping?
Doing great, guys. How are you guys doing?
We're doing all right, my man.
FIFA's out, Tottenham are winning. I mean, my birthday's around the corner. Life's great, Tyler. Life's
Not
great.
much to complain about.
Is the weather okay for you, Tyler? Is it all the East Coast or is it just us right now in New York?
Oh yeah, it's just really it's either rainy or super hot right now. So
okay, good to hear. Good to know.
It was good today. It was good today.
That's good to hear. SOF for us, Tyler. He's saying Ange said Son is carrying an injury. Taking into consideration, though, that he played through the injury last season, should we risk losing him in this game? Not tomorrow for me, but I would consider using him as a sub against lesser teams. So SOF has answered his own question, and he has said that he would actually put Sonny on the bench. So that maybe means a chance for Richie up top. With kind of the injury that Sonny had last season, we did push him a bit too much when you think about it, right? Should we learn from that mistake from last season?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the injury. I haven't really heard much about it.
Yeah, it's come out of the blue, really.
But if it's something that can linger, especially if he plays on it, especially if he starts, maybe it's better off not taking the risk. Obviously, it's a massive game and we need him, but is it worth, him, injuring it worse or whatever and he's out for longer? It's definitely not worth that risk. So
No, not at all.
if it's
Dave, what
something
do you think?
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Tyler.
No, you're good. You're
Oh,
good. You're
One.
fine. No, go ahead, Dave.
Look, for me, I think, big game, you play your star players. Every manager will always take that gamble on a big player's fitness going into big games. It's always sort of been the way. And the reason why is because even though they may not be up to full fitness, they still have that match-winning ability, which not every footballer possesses. So, I think he will take that gamble. But I hear him, in other games where they come in thick and fast, I think if he is still carrying an knock or still sort of trying to get back to full fitness, I think maybe then, yes, you do pick and choose, bring him out and bring in Richarlison. That's the benefit of having a backup striker. However, he's your captain. So again, on that, it's a little bit different. 9 times out of 10, you want your captain out there. But he's been carrying knocks for quite some time, for nearly over a year now. He's had surgery in preseason. He's still trying to get back to full fitness. He's he's 31. He's only getting older. It'd be interesting to see whether these knocks and all continue to happen. It'd be very interesting to see on that one, Jacko.
No, it's surely something to think about, but I'm with SOF here. I don't think you can risk. I think you have to risk it. I think you have to play him in order to get all 3 points. He's the best finisher in the team. You think about some of the one-on-one chances we could have with Allison. Allison's probably one of the best keepers in the world in those one-on-one situations. Sonny's probably one of the better strikers in the world in those one-on-one situations. So we do kind of need him in that regard. I feel like Luton Town, it's sort of a team that we should be able to beat without Sonny. I don't know. Maybe that's disingenuous or maybe that's harsh to say to them, but I do feel like we shouldn't need Sonny for that sort of game. We will need Sonny in order to beat Liverpool. Not saying that we couldn't do it. It's just we're making it a lot harder on ourselves. I'll just say that, simple as we're just making it so much harder on ourselves. I trust that Big Richie could be a huge impact for us. I think he would be a brilliant, option off of the bench. But Sonny, I think, has to play in whatever position that, suits him for us to give him the most chances to score because he takes his chances better than anybody. And SOF, I'm with you here. I think you have to risk him for tomorrow. Something to think about though for the rest of the season if he has some injury that keeps persisting that we can't risk him too much. But I think we might have to risk him tomorrow. For sure.
Yeah, and also I mean Richarlison will be perfect for Luton. They're gonna sit back. We're gonna probably cross it in a lot like against Sheffield. So I think it'll be perfect for Richarlison. So if we do take the risk, I think if he is still carrying it. Next week, then I would definitely start Richarlison against Luton. And
the only thing that annoyed me off the back of that, though, Tyler, if we did rest him international break after that, and then in South Korea call him up, and then he ends up playing 2 90-minute games, it's like, why did we even bother, But look, it's the game you got to play at some of these points. Big up, though, SOF. Really appreciate the talking
really
point,
generous.
my man. Absolutely top man. Really appreciated that. Look, you could probably make the same talking point with Madison as well, SOF. And then Michael, big up Michael, has Michael for Poland now. He says, hey, boys, sorry I can't join you today, but I'm at my girlfriend's home, worried about Liverpool tomorrow. But as long as Ange's fate in the boys, so will I. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love that. But Tyler, are you worried tomorrow or confident going into tomorrow's game, brother?
I'm feeling just as confident as the Arsenal game. I'm thinking it is going to be a back and forth game, and both teams will concede goals. Let's be honest. Can they be a little bit more clinical than Arsenal? Yes. So we do have to be very careful of when we give the ball away to not, let Salah get a bunch of space and let him cut in on his left.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough match. Don't get me wrong. I think we will win the midfield battle. We got to be careful of Szoboszlai, though. He's starting to play really well. I think he's a really talented player. But I think our midfield is much stronger, especially if Madison's healthy and he can come out there and start as well. In my opinion, it's going to be a lot like the Arsenal game. I want to say 2-2 as well for that game. But I think that in this game, I think there will be a late winner. I don't know who it will be. Could be them, could be us, but I think there will be a late winner in this game. There usually is late drama against Liverpool for us, so I hope we can get the win.
I really hope so. I think, look, we can't go into this naive, right? We have to know that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, they probably got the best attack in the league, if not the second best attack in the league. And not only that, even if you neutralize one player, they take him off to bring on another player, and he'll be on it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, the whole back line, including Vicario, they have to be on it. That midfield, you can't have Basuma and Madison what they done last week. Madison nearly cost us, and Basuma got turned over a number of times in midfield in the first half. That can't happen this game because you will get absolutely punished. They have to be on it. And then any chances that present ourselves, this has been our biggest Achilles heel. We haven't been able to take them. What we need is when that ball gets into Son, cool, calm, ice cold, bottom corner, just like he done against Arsenal. But look, there's no reason why we can't go out there and rewrite the script. I think when I look at it, does that back line have the potential to do what I want them to do? 100% it does. Can the midfield be able to dominate possession and push Liverpool back? 100% they can. And do we have players that can take their chances? Yes, we do. 100%. So there's every opportunity for us to go out there and be optimistic and hope to roll them over. But it's going to be one of them nail biters, Jacko.
No, it is going to be one of those nail biters for sure. Yeah, Tyler, what were you about to say?
I was just going to say, do you guys think we'll go with the same starting 11 we did it against Arsenal, playing Brennan Johnson up there again for the counters, or do you think we'll switch it up and throw Solomon back in there?
We have to switch it up, Tyler. Johnson's not available, so let me throw a question back at you, man.
I forgot about that, yeah.
What would you make of that? What would you make of that news? Johnson's not available, so Perisic is also out, right?
Yeah.
You can't play him.
Here's an interesting one. We could maybe play Porro up top on the right wing and have Emerson come in at right back. But I think Solomon will probably then get the start, I'd imagine. I don't know how fit Hill Messi is. Obviously, I don't want him to come in right away against Liverpool. But, if he is healthy to get a couple minutes off the bench, maybe turn the tides at the end of the game when Richarlison comes in as well, and he can put a nice little cross on his left to Richarlison for the winner. That would be awesome. But, I would imagine Solomon starting. Then I completely forgot about Brennan Johnson. I remember seeing it earlier today that he was officially ruled out, but
too much FIFA, too much taking in terms of FIFA.
Exactly.
Forgot about it. Look, big call from Ange tomorrow. I think because that decision, if he gets it right, we can get serious joy down that side. So very, very big decision by Ange tomorrow. Look, question, Tyler. Maybe one question we'll ask you that I haven't really asked anyone else today, brother.
Yep.
The fan base, what part do they have to play in it tomorrow in terms of atmosphere, creating noise, getting behind the team? Can they affect the result?
100%, and they got to be going at it no matter what. If we go down early, they got to keep the energy up. Keep faith. Let us get back into the game. We've been playing really, really good, especially in the second halves too. Got to come out with great energy, even if we go down 2 goals. Liverpool, we can get behind them and we can get the goals to come back. But I'd really like to see us go up early in this game and see what we can do holding on to a lead. It'll be interesting to see, especially against a really good side. If we can get the lead early, let's see how we react to that. And I hope to see that. I hope to see us going into the halftime break with a lot of energy, coming back into the second half. Starting strong again. We got to be careful. They're going to press the living hell out of us. And you saw against Arsenal, we were shaky at times. We were a little bit too comfortable on the ball. Madison and Basuma a couple times. Udogie was a little bit shaky in the beginning. I think for the most part, they all, especially in the second half, calmed down a bit. They realized that they're good enough to get around the press. We got to move the ball a little bit faster, but we just got to keep a cool head. We got to relax on the yellow cards. We can't be getting too early yellow cards in our midfield again. But yeah, no lunging in the penalty box. No, keep your hands, into your
get
body.
Rattled by the referees either, Tyler. Right? The referees could end up pulling howlers again, and you can't let the players let that get to them too.
Yeah, I think the fans will be super loud though. I mean, especially coming off against the draw against Arsenal. I think they're going to be super loud and up for it, and I think they're going to get behind the players fully, and I think we can definitely get a good result.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. They can fully influence that game. Every time the referee gives a decision to Liverpool, boo the loudest you can, get him to influence so that he doesn't want to do it and he starts giving them to us. You know, every time a Liverpool player touches the ball, you know, sort of jeer, boo, do whatever you have to do. There's every way. Gary Neville said 2 years ago, Tottenham fans brutalised Arsenal. Well, why can't we brutalise Liverpool? That's what I say. Tyler, Sonny's wife, though, has gone 3-2. She said her husband with Sonny with 2 and then Madison with 1. Do you concur or do you have a different score prediction?
I mean, yeah, if Sonny starts, I think he'll definitely get at least 1 goal. I usually I feel like we usually score with our midfield against Liverpool, a little outside the box. I think it was Wanyama was against Liverpool, right? I think Harry Winks has had some good performances against Liverpool somehow. So I definitely I could see a Madison banger, and I could even see, you know, he loves to try him. He's, you know, keep it going. Papen Matar Sarr is gonna, you know, maybe off a corner, they clear the header, comes back out to Sarr on the edge of the box and just absolutely belts it into one of the top corners. Would be beautiful to see. I could definitely see something like that happening.
I'd love a Sarboy goal tomorrow. I'd absolutely lose my shit if that happens. I'd love it.
Definitely.
I'd absolutely love it. Jack, anything you want to say to Sonny's wife?
I appreciate that she's only gone for a brace because, I mean, you don't want him sleeping with the match ball, you know? You want him to be in your, you know, arms. You want him sleeping with you on the evening. You don't want him distracted by the match ball. So only a brace, and then Madison getting the other one. I'd love to see maybe Richie get a goal if we need it at some stage too. Just be nice to see Richie score against Liverpool, cause them some torment like he has in the past. But yeah, Sonny's wife, really do appreciate the support. 3-2. I think that's probably my score prediction as well. If I'm going to be really honest, I feel like Liverpool will cause us problems. And if we are going to win this game, we can't concede more than 2 goals. I think if we concede more than 2 goals, I don't see us winning this game. It's really hard to win a game if you concede more than that. But I think we are capable of scoring 3. We are capable of scoring 3 past them. So it's just which team can score 3, I think, and that team will be the winner.
Well, look, I think you're right. I think we're in for a high-scoring game tomorrow, end to end. I think, you know, I don't think you'll see one team go 2 goals ahead. I think it'll be 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, and then whoever can, you know, hold the nerve and hold out for their last one. But Sonny's wife, you know, very, very reserved there with only 2 for Sonny. Why not the hat trick? You know, he's you know, he could have had one last weekend. He'd be pining for one this weekend, surely. You know, surely he'd be pining for a hat trick. But big up, really do appreciate the support, though. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Jack, any questions for Tyler?
Tyler, maybe last question for me. Is our midfield better than Liverpool's? You know, I asked this question earlier. What do you think? Szoboszlai, very, very good player. McAllister, World Cup winning midfielder. I feel like they're going for like Curtis Jones, or I forget who their third midfielder maybe is at the moment. It might be Endo or somebody else. But how does our midfield stack against theirs?
Usually or Endo.
Can we win the midfield battle?
They got that Gravenberch as well. Has he played yet? I
don't think he has.
Played the other night, didn't he?
Did he?
No.
I'm not sure. Maybe in the cup, yeah. I don't know. But
can we win the midfield battle?
Yeah, 100%. I think, you know, Basuma has probably been the best midfielder in the Prem so far this season. Definitely best seeding. Well, you know, Rodri's obviously incredible every game too, but and Sarr's been his energy, and he's just all over the pitch. I think he'll cancel out McAllister, to be honest with you. I think McAllister is a little bit overrated. He's a really good player, though. I think he is a little bit overrated. But, yeah, Szoboszlai is incredible. I've always liked him. But Madison has just been just so immense for us. I mean, both his assists to Sonny. He's even been pressing pretty good, too. He's got to be a little bit careful, though, obviously. He almost gave away a bad one. But, yeah, I think we will win the midfield battle, honestly.
Good to hear. Ellie's also very happy to see you in the chat here, Tyler. Ellie's very happy to see you in the house. Any final words from you, Tyler, this evening before we let you go and we see you for match day? What's on your mind? You know, what's the final thing that's on your mind before we let you go?
Yeah, just hoping for 3 points. I think we can definitely do it. I think a draw is probably a little bit more realistic. But I think if we do lose, you know, if we play really well, I'm not going to be too upset. I mean, we definitely need to get a point out of the game at least, and 3 points would be absolutely incredible. But everyone keep faith. I mean, Ange Ball is brilliant. yeah, just have faith in the players. Hill Messi coming back, I love that. I have tremendous faith in the kid. I think he's going to be really good in Ange's system.
Nice.
Even if he is shaky right away, I mean, he's coming off injuries. He hasn't played much at all. He hasn't even trained much. So I assume he won't even come in, honestly, against Liverpool. I'd be very shocked if he did. But
He might surprise you.
I'm excited for the next couple months and seeing how the season ends up. I'm really excited.
I'm glad you are.
So you should be. So you should be, Big T. You know, you stuck with us through the bad times long enough. You know, so you should be excited for the good times, my man. And
100%.
And long may they continue, brother.
For sure. For
Yes.
sure.
But look, we better let you go. We better let you off to, you know, you got Sonny. Now you just need to go and get Madison into your team, finish your FIFA team. Send me on your details, Tyler. We'll get you added on.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll
message
my man.
you my.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Sounds good. Have a good one, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, I'll message you my Xbox gamer tag or whatever. We got to get on the. We should all do maybe a little bit of Irish Hotspur Pro Clubs.
Yeah, we'll get it together
that would be fun.
stage. Yeah, that would be fun.
Why not? Bagsy being midfielder. But Tyler, big yourself up, my man. Really appreciate it. We'll definitely think about doing the Irish Hotspur Pro Clubs and getting something like that up and running. Tyler, as usual, big yourself up. See you soon, my man.
Come on, Big T. See you tomorrow, man.
Later, guys.
We never stop.
Catch it, Taylor.
Everyone, a lot of love for Tyler. Absolutely great call. He's itching. He's flying off to go play some FIFA now. He's got the Sunny card. I don't know how he's afforded that already. But look, myself and Jack, we would run it longer, but we do have to be somewhere. We've got other engagements. We never stop, as we say. But Jacko, anything you want to say to the Irish Hotspur enthusiasts, Tottenham enthusiasts out there, my man, before we end off?
Please join us for all the match day festivities tomorrow. Nice and early pre-match build-up. Looking forward to the watch-along as well. We do have a predicted lineup coming out. Of course, earlier we did post our reaction to all the different channels predictions ahead of this Liverpool match as well. Please do check that out. And Dave's going to be putting out some pre-match thoughts. Please support him on that to see what he has to say. And yeah, everybody, really do appreciate all the support today. Everybody that's come in and had a chat with us. Thank you to Moondog. Thank you to Wayne Bonner. Thank you to Bobby K, absolute legend Bobby K, Carlos S as well. Keith Edwards, really do appreciate it. Hennessy too, really good to see you in the house as always. Hennessy, thanks for tuning in. Coover 99, appreciate you upgrading the membership, my man. Sonny's wife, good to have you in the house. Appreciate you joining us. Keep him distracted. Don't let him get too nervous ahead of the game. Martin Nightbridge, really do appreciate you, my man, and you're always in here with us. And yeah, I'm jealous of that Thai fish cake that you had earlier. Big up to you, Martin. And Robbie Wallace, really do appreciate you as well, my friend. SOF was in here earlier asking a great question, to which he answered his own question, which I love to see as well. Don't even have to guess what's on your mind. Big up to you, SOF. And Wolves Finland as well. Really do appreciate all your guys' support. It does go a really long way. And just keeping this channel pumping, keeping this channel going. We do rely on your guys' contributions and your guys' support. And looking forward to tomorrow's game and everything else for the match day festivities.
And look, you know, same here. I'm going to extend my gratitude to all you guys out there, everyone out there watching. You know, really appreciate you giving up your Friday evenings to tune in here and hear what we have to say. Absolutely, really does mean a lot. And like I said, you know, every day I feel like I'm living a dream, and hopefully, you know, I don't wake up one day and, you know, it turns out it has been all one big dream. But also to everyone else out there, you know, everyone, all channel members, you know, people who super chat and stuff like that, who really do keep this channel going. You know, I really, really do appreciate it, guys. You have no idea how much it really does mean. Me and Jack, we don't have any big weeks behind us. We don't have anyone funding us or anything like that. Everything we do is off our own back. We put in hours upon hours every single week. And just really appreciate all the support that you guys give us. So absolutely really does mean a lot. We are going to end it off though. But look, I did put the link for the latest video that we've got up on the channel from Jack, the one Jack was talking about, the YouTube content creators video. Make sure you get on, check that out. And look, we'll leave you there. I suppose that's it from us. Big game day tomorrow. Get some rest. Get a nice early sleep. You've got a big day of boozing ahead of you tomorrow. You have to make it to 5:30, so you got an extra 2 hours in you. So get up, get the breakfast into you, and get on it. Have a good one. Make sure you're prepped for 5:30. See you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow, predicting lineup out early in the morning. Then at 1:30, you have the pre-match build-up. Then, of course, the watch-along post-match show. See you all then. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
in
Spurs.
the big Ange we trust. And Jacko, we
Never
stop.
Nice one, Dave. See you, everybody.
See you, everyone.
Everywhere we go.